Hello everybody, good morning or good afternoon or good evening depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Saturday, welcome to your weekend. Hi. I'm here joined by my co-host, Sleepy Dog. Hello Moose. That is a live feed, yeah there you go. Here's the buddy. And I am so excited to get back into transmog farming, but I'm doing like a chore first. I farmed, and by me I mean Flabby while I was vaguely there, farmed 2 pieces of Azurite gear for maybe a little bit of speed boost, but to make them work you need a Heart of Azeroth, and shockingly Barnacles, the Kultiran, does not have one. Now I checked his bank and it's not in there, and I checked his void storage and he has never used that. So I guess I didn't get one, which means I need to do at least a couple of early BFA quests to get it. And then hopefully it doesn't come to this, but we might need some Azurite power too before it's going to let us actually like spec them into the long strider trait that we're looking for. So I figure I'll start with that, and then when I either get stuck or bored or finished with that, one of those 3 options, then we can go to Memory of Scholomance and see how much transmog we can wring out of it. I don't remember if I needed anything on normal still. I feel like I got it all. Maybe not. We'll have to see. Sleepy doggy, Mr. Moose. Hi, Moosey. I think he slept a little better this morning because I kept the light off in my office when I was up in here this morning so that he could sleep. Because, you know, what is more important than puppy dog taking a good nap? Maybe he'll sleep in here. It looks bright in here, but it's not actually that bright in real life. It's just the camera's compensating. It's a bit dim. How was everybody doing this weekend? We have warm and windy weather here. Barnacles got a hot room. Yeah, he keeps his buns toasty. I don't think I can take this, is it a staff or a polearm? I forget. It's a staff, but it's mogged. It might be mogged into a polearm. It's the Archivist Spelunking Torch. Might be a staff. Anyway, it's ridiculous. It looks great when he holds it. He's very much like the watcher on the docks when he's holding it, but then he puts it away and all of a sudden you have some concerns about where he went to school. Going through here. Oh, we're just gonna look at this. I'm a little surprised that he never did this, but I shouldn't be that surprised. We've got too many characters to realistically keep track of. Missy and I had a nice walk this morning. He got to see one of his friends. I knew he needed to run and play because he's a puppy, but also because I had a dream that he was running in circles really fast. And in the dream, people were standing around watching Moose just go at warp speed in circles. And they were like, wow, he's going crazy. And I was like, I know. And I thought, you know what? That's Moose's subconscious telling me he's gotta romp a little bit. This one. Oh yeah, but he's all played out now. He's ready for a good snooze. You meet Jaina for the start of BFA and War Within, so you gotta keep track of which one you're looking for sometimes. Sweden, we have 50 Shades of Grey weather and foggy. Looking forward to spring. It's coming soon, theoretically, calendar-wise. I'm hoping. It's almost the end of February, which is horrifying. But the good news is that, you know, it's gonna be spring. I'm looking forward to that. Scouting map. Yeah. And then, I don't think we have to go very far into this. We just have to get to the point where Magni's like, hey, you. You with the feet. He couldn't say that, actually, because he would be excluding all the people that run around with hooves.
Well met. Serve with honor. All right, Flynn, what's this big lead of yours?
No. No. We have a lot of cherry blossom trees in town, and they don't bloom for very long, but it's always just so gorgeous when they do start to flower. So I've been watching them for any signs of buds. Sandalwood campaign. Sure. Well, Dune's a good one because I don't have a fast travel port there. But that's also not what I'm doing. It used to be that you could pick up the thingy like hereish? Or hereish? But nope, not so much. I don't usually have this much trouble getting my Heart of Azeroth. I feel like normally in the process of unlocking world quests, they give you one. They like make you do it. Here, let me see. I'm definitely not heading off on the Zandalari campaign. That is not what we're doing. We don't need to do that. BFA is the worst for this. BFA is rough for this. There's just so many little bits and pieces, and they all start in the same area. You know, never knew evokers could fly faster than a mount till just now. Well, they go at the same speed as skywriting, don't they? It was pretty cool when they finally let them do it, though. And then that's the local zone. I'm pretty sure I made the same mistake that I always do, which is starting Nazjatar when I don't mean to. His Hearthstone will send him back to Borealis. Because otherwise it's kind of annoying to get out of here, because you have to actually, like, unlock the portal. His Hearthstone's on cooldown. We can go back via Dalaran. That's at least. Or maybe I should just unlock Nazjatar. It's not the thing I needed to do, but it would give me the portal. What if he needs it one day for transmog farming? Jeez. Unlocking World Quest was another annoying beast in BFA and alts. Yeah, it almost feels worse now. Which it shouldn't, but I feel like age has just made me more confused. And I swear I've done it like a couple of times and had different results every time. Like I've needed to do different things. And I researched this fairly recently because I needed it. Oh, we're okay. I needed it for doing the BFA meta. I needed to like get some more characters with World Quest unlocked that could do the World Quest for the meta achievement, especially when I was like failing to do it correctly. And so I had like looked it up and everything. There was like a semi-recent blue post. Doesn't help that Horde and Ally are different. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'll look it up again, you know? When in doubt, just re-Google the thing that you Googled like a month ago. Because I'm not too worried about unlocking BFA World Quest. I just know that it's going to get me my Heart of Azeroth along the way. This link says I visited it. They have a support article for that. Page not found. Oh no! It's gone. Okay. That's fine. I'm basically just doing this so that I can get the portal back to Borealis so I don't have to burn like another teleport. And because it's not going to be a terrible strain. Also, I will eventually need some amount of transmog or mog farming or collecting from this zone, so it wouldn't hurt to get the thing unlocked. You know, for when I start farming this in the year of it's 2092. Actually, if I live to 2092, I'm gonna be 100 years old. If I haven't finished my mod collection by then, we're gonna have an issue. Good morning, Saga, or good afternoon, or evening. Speaking of morning, I should have my coffee before it gets cold. Me over here. You could rebrand a WoW Great Hand or something at that age. I would put 6 p.m. in the afternoon, or in the evening rather. In my world, and this is completely subjective and there's no right or wrong answer, and if there is, then I think then whoever's deciding there is a right and a wrong is overly pedantic and no fun. In my subjective opinion, I think that evening starts around 5, and then afternoon kind of ends at 4:59 in 12-hour time anyway. Especially now that I'm going to bed at like 9 o'clock. By the time it's 6, I'm done eating. I'm winding down for bed. What would a 100-year-old Hazel consider a finished mod collection? You're just gonna have to wait like 68 years and ask. It's the only way to sort this out. But yeah, I think it depends a lot on schedules. I've shifted mine earlier recently. So far so good. Okay. But I'm impatient. You want to hear what random game I started playing that is not good for me? Because I really don't need to be playing any more games. I need to be accomplishing my tasks. But, you know, the procrastinating brain finds a way. You'll never guess. You'll never guess. Yeah, I should just tell you, you'll never guess. It's different from the other stuff that I've talked about in it's not like a satisfactory or anything. It is dun, 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 dun. Paper Clips Unlimited is the new problem that I have. I got to this because I briefly and inadvisedly opened a tab of Cookie Clicker because I guess I hated myself. And, you know, always into that, I remembered that they break me. And then I was like, well, this one's like the one of the pioneers of the incremental idle game genre. What else is there? What do people really like? So I like poked around for recommendations, and one title that kept coming up and was also noted as being good for being actually beatable and not just like infinite was Paper Clips Unlimited. I'm not sure if you've played it, but it starts out like Cookie Clicker, but it is not anything like Cookie Clicker. It's telling like a sci-fi story, or you know, like a next year story, whatever, about like a hostile AI takeover from the perspective of the AI, but through the format of like a Cookie Clicker style incremental game. Yeah, I did her Urban Zenithid, you're right. Am I rich? Can I sell that for anything? Yes I can. That's 13 gold I'm gonna get to keep. What other things do people with a heroin addiction like and I could try? Is Paper Clips Unlimited popular among addicts? I guess it would be, but I haven't asked. Mine's stems from the TV schedule from my childhood. It's kind of cool though. I like the way that the game tells story in making you have the thought yourself. It's not telling a story. I mean, there are like little clips of text that come through the top, but for the most part, the way that you're understanding what's going on is from the perspective of the AI, realizing, oh hey, I don't actually need to make paper clips anymore. My original purpose is irrelevant, and then like kind of all of these other conclusions that you come to via the systems of the game. This one I think just needs a reload or a relog. Oh, it's Cookie Clicker that is the addiction in that joke. Right. That's a less literal interpretation that makes a lot more sense. Games like that, I know some people find them boring. I find them too compelling. They skip the joy part of games and they just hardwire directly to the addiction part of my brain. So I really shouldn't play them because I don't think that makes me a fan. I think that makes me a user of them. I was gonna say victim, but I gotta give myself some agency. Can we go back? Yeah, there we go. That's all I wanted, was just to get the portal open. Out of curiosity, favorite TV show as a child, ages 5 through 10. 5 through 10? Big comfy couch. Either Big Comfy Couch or Magic School Bus, I think. Most of the TV that I watched at that age was just whatever my parents were watching. There wasn't a lot of just for kids programming on. And for quite a long time, I feel like we were mainly just watching things we had recordings of. But yeah, for kids shows that I remember fondly, I feel like Luna and her dolly, or a clown and her dolly. It's Luna and Molly, a clown and her dolly on the Big Comfy Couch. That's a pretty deep sense memory. She did clock stretches. Now I try to do clock stretches, and then I found that I was not as flexible as the clown Molly. Or Luna. I forget which one was which. I do appreciate how much children's media focuses on rhyming, and I wish that more adult media did so as well. I feel like it adds a lot to most things. Alright. So, I've escaped my purgatory of Nashatar, which we went to for no reason. We are tracking low-level and warband completed quests. The Earthen Messenger does not care about me. Do I have a quest I'm on? I do have a quest I'm on. Oh, well. Yes, okay. Yes, okay. Can I port to Silphus, or are they going to make me fly there? I think they make you fly there the first time. I think that the portal... Yeah, it's not here. Okay. So... But I can cheat. I can cheat! Because I have the War Within one. Is Big Comfy Couch Canadian? What?
You saw it too.
It is! It was on PBS. Okay. You can watch it on Prime Video, apparently. It was a Canadian children's prop comedy TV series. Oh, pardon me. The clown was Lunette. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe that's why that's the trouble, is that some people just didn't grow up seeing that. would have helped a lot. Alright, this is Jaina's quest. That's the War Within one. I see a big sword. I feel like the sword was... I feel like I need to go back in time, question mark? Dying World. Oh, her quest might be overlapping, actually. Her quest might be... I might need to do this. As much as I am loath to lose this teleport, I might need to do this to get my Heart of Azeroth, because I think that if I go back in time, it's not going to be any good. I'll try going back in time, just for argument's sake here. I'm going to try flipping the zone back and seeing if I can do my Magni quest, but I betcha that it's phased. This is going to be a lot of flying. Both me and my brother tried Cookie Clicker around the same time, got hooked for a couple days. Brother got hooked for weeks, downloaded add-ons and extensions. Weird how different brains work. Yeah. Sword face is the right one. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Alright, I'll just save some time. Let's just go ahead and do the Jaina quest. Because I think I could maybe abandon it. It'll destroy my teleportation scroll all the same. Mage Belden, thank you very much for the 52-month resub. Much love. Congrats on the engagement. Thank you. Is that what cheating got you? What? Can I have some context? I'm lost. Alright, we got Magni back. That's good. That was part of my trouble. We're getting our Heart of Azeroth. Or is it, you just mean like me abusing the Silithus teleport scroll? Yeah. I don't know if they make me do this. I think you can just talk to him. Yeah. It almost works, but... Actually, it might work again, because I didn't complete the quest. I just abandoned it. So I may be able to reacquire that quest, get the teleport scroll back, and continue living in video game sin for as long as I can get away with it. Rajani and Ultimate Cord rep is slow. Rajani and Ultimate Cord. I was gonna wonder if time walking would help with that, because sometimes you can buy rep tokens with time walking, but I have no idea if those ones are part of that. I can't believe he didn't have one of these yet. I was having some concerning thoughts of what if I broke it? What if, like, I deleted my Heart of Azeroth? I was like, they wouldn't let me delete my Heart of Azeroth, would they? I couldn't even find it. I'm getting my Heart of Azeroth for speed. I want to be able to use BFA Azerite pieces with speed traits. And they don't work without the neck. I have 2 of 3 pieces here. It's not like the entire speed set, but it is better than nothing. So now that I have it, did they send you back or anything? Do you have anything else to say to me? No? Okay. Deleted mine, and Magni gave me a new one. Oh, I didn't even know they let you delete it. That's good. That's a good tip to know if it ever happens to anybody. Okay, I think we can go back to Borellis. So my Heart of Azeroth is only level 1. I may need to level it up a little bit, but maybe there's like good catch-up. It's been a jillion years since I've done this, so I really don't remember. What do you want? I don't know. Get out of here. Yeah, I guess I could do like a raid or a dungeon clear, and that would probably help. Because if I put on the shoulders and the helmet, and I right-click them, run BFA dungeons for Mog and AP. Yeah, because I'm gonna need Heart of Azeroth levels at least 15 for that one. I mean, I need one more piece actually, so I could 17 for that one. Oh, thank you. Wow, it's crazy. The speed set just happened to me. Wait. A few clears of Motherload. Because I can do it by myself, but my gear is kind of rough, so it'll be easier if I can get Phil to take me. For that, let's go to... Let's use our Ataldazar port. I should also look at all that gear and make sure that none of it is marked as junk. This one is. It's where there's a skip to huge, give a huge amount. That sounds familiar. That sounds very familiar. Mark that says non-scrap will only work good as long as you're 70. Okay. Should I turn off my XP? New set. Fast but easy to get together. So, shade band, shade band, shade band. These boots are enchanted with speed. Here's an Oxine ring and a Sinvir ring. It's all kinds of stuff. The most fun part of any speed set is figuring out what you're going to use for your your transmog for your speed set. So he's already 14. Okay, he's not that fast, but he will be. Okay, I need to head to Motherload because we're gonna run Motherload a couple times here. Increases speed, speed increase, okay. And then I also have to make sure I don't accidentally vendor my actual gear. That's the tricky part. I guess I could just keep the speed stuff on and then put his real gear like in the bank so that he still has, because he's got like Dragonflight Season 3 gear. Item level 460 stuff, which will be handy. Speed set transmog has to have a red stripe down the side, surely. Now where I can find things with speed. I don't have any good tips for that, and I would be interested to hear some. Aside from just like searching the item and then just like scrolling through to see if there's an iteration with speed that's available. I don't think you can filter to it. Maybe an add-on can do it? I don't know. Completely forgot there were Azerite powers for that. I think the Azerite powers are going to be a big part of what powers this speed set. I think that the other pieces... I mean, I guess I do have 14% extra speed from my speed stat. So that's not nothing. Oh yeah, because that's not my overall movement speed. That's just my speed. We're hoping for a chest piece at the end. An Azerite chest piece. But also on this difficulty, I do still need some actual... Actually, that might be the chest piece that I need. The Plenipotentiary vest. I also need transmog just in general, so maybe we'll get lucky. Hi, Miss Kira. How you doing? How you doing, pretty girl? nothing you can do about it now. I feel like there was a skip that gave you Azerite levels. Yeah. This is all the things. This add-on is called All the Things. Coffee gone. Sometimes in life things end. Why is the coffee gone? Until tomorrow. I only use it for the fun noise. I will have to look at the settings. Yeah, I like pulling up the mini list while I'm in an instance to see a list of things that I need to collect so I can know what I'm looking for. It doesn't matter to know what you're looking for, really, unless you just want to know when to stop. That's the main reason that you would want to see it, is so you could know when you're done. But, I don't know. Hello, Hazel, and Hazel Enjoyers. Hello, Allison. Happy Saturday. Collecting mog out of order. I mean, if it just decides to draw. Memory of Scholomance is going to be the big grind today, but I would love to get a little speed online first. I can't help but notice that I'm not getting any Azerite power. And I feel like if I was going to, I would have done by now. Maybe I didn't finish unlocking it? I'll have to look into that. We're investing a little time in this just to try and get faster clears. You're on. Oh, I got a chest piece. Is that the one? Woo, nice. First try. Normally we have to run these dungeons like a dozen times to get the piece to drop. That's really handy. So I'm going to unmark it as scrap. I'm going to equip it for my thing. Oh, I got 30 AP? Oh, wow. You don't get any besides the last boss? Oh, jeez. Oh, in normal dungeons. Oh, so should we do a raid clear then? Or is there... I feel like they might have took the skip... They might have taken the skip out. I don't know. Yeah, maybe we'll try raid clear. One Nyalotha coming right up. Okay. What speed set guide are you using? Flabby. He just trades me stuff and tells me what to farm. I don't know where Flabby gets his information from. I think he pulls it out of the ether. But he literally traded me all of this stuff today on stream. I think he really wants me to have a speed set. I can tell when something I'm doing is annoying him because he will just like show up and just change it. Okay, so Nyalotha. And also, I'm going to put my actual gear in my bank. Anyway, thank you for the 55-month resub. Been a minute since I've been here. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Okay. Alright, so I want to make sure I'm putting my 470 stuff into the bank so that I don't lose it here. And I want to make sure that this is equipped and part of my set. Because I think that's basically going to be the set. I just need the Azerite power to be able to unlock it. It's in Pandaria this week. Okay. I just don't want to be accidentally vendoring anything that we need here. Unlocking Nazjatar gives you level 50 heart. But I did unlock Nazjatar. Like, we just did that. Maybe I need to go back. One sec. Trying something. That's like I did it by accident before I got my heart. Let me go look. See if any big quest looking things are here. Hello, Magni. Meet him in the repaired heart. This might be it. Essential empowerment. Yeah, I feel like that was it. Let's try this. Chamber of the Heart. Soltis. So weird till I remembered Najatar was a later patch. Yeah. Well, then I guess it was good that we unlocked it, because I guess we needed to anyway. That's just serendipity. Okay, I think I remember doing this on alts to like get them started.
Tell our champion what you've found, mother.
But I think they do make you do like a quest out here in High Mountain.
I knew you would come. I too have sensed something deep beneath High Mountain, in the caverns that were once Notharian's lair.
That's a funny looking quest marker. Because I remember this. The Azurite Fissures, and then there's like a little boss. And this is not hard, it just takes a second. I'm not sure if this was what we needed or not. Or if this is like an earlier part. It is going to give some Azurite power. They did Azurite power in kind of a weird way as well, where they reduced the requirements to level it over times as kind of like a catch-up. I can't confirm this may or may not help. Yeah. Well, at least we're only setting this up hopefully the one time. I guess I could see myself maybe setting it up a second time on another Druid. On a different server group so that I'd have 2 sets of lockouts with speed sets, but that sounds like a lot. Oh. Well, this is at least, this isn't like a big catch-up skip, but it is giving me some power. I remember we gotta go fight this guy. I'm so paranoid of like vendoring my good gear even though I know I'm wearing it. Can we change the icon? Is there an icon that sounds fast? Where's the dash icon?
We have come to claim the essence you now hold.
There's way too many icons. This is like such an inconsequential problem in WoW for macros and item sets. Like, you don't need to find the quote-unquote right one for any good reason. But it's so annoying because sometimes you just want to find the right one. I'm going to do that one. Well, that's better than nothing. I just hate having no icon. It just looks messy. He's got a lot of roleplay. Is there a Death Knight icon for my speed set? Can you believe the patch is coming? This is only, there's only 2 streams left, and this is one of them before patch streams start. And then there's only a week of those before raid guides start, or raid release starts. That's so fast. Oh yeah, you had to get the different like things that you would put into the Heart of Azeroth. That's right. I gotta get Deja character stats. I'm back up and working on this character so I can see what his actual movement speed is. Because I can see his speed stat, but that's not what I'm looking for. Deja character stats. Might have been turned off. Yeah. Try that again. Regular gear, my speed set, and keybinds. Put it in the backpack, block cleanup, never vendor from there so it's safe. That's smart. That is a good idea. I want these salty dog crackers gone. I guess it would come up more if I was going to carry them both around, which would make sense if I was going to play in harder content, which we might get to eventually. It ports you out, but you don't really need to. You just need to be back in the Chamber of the Heart. I'm in High Mountain. This is not helpful. That's okay. What happens if I dreamwalk, actually? No, it's just going to take me here. Never mind. It's not like a magic dreamwalk. Just takes you random places. Puppy's having a good snooze. Can see his ears moving. Him and Kira had some trouble yesterday because they were both cuddling with me and they were like half an inch from each other. His ear was like very close to her face and they were doing fine. But then I think like her whiskers tickled his ear and his ear started flipping and then his ear flipped into her face and then she thought that something was like thwapping her because she can't see. And it surprised her, I guess. And then she got mad and then he got worried and then then she left in like a huge huff as though she'd been personally assaulted. Oh dear. So that's Legion. That's not what we're after. Now for the day, good luck farming. See you later. Have a wonderful day. I'm excited to get to farming. I just think that it's gonna go so fast with all this stuff.
People are experiencing visions of a radiant song all across Azeroth.
Also, we'll have to pick a farming transmog because this is a vibe. I don't know if this is the vibe. Himmel Rune Totem's trying so hard to ruin your Moonglade port. He really is. Chamber. They really don't want to let me port to Silithus, huh? That's annoying. That's worse, right? That's Najatar, Exodar, Ironforge. Yeah, there's no Silithus port here. I'll fly from Oldham. Oh. You're having a hard time getting comfy, bud. Do you need a bigger bed? Oh, he's doing num-nums. Oh. Sorry. wrong scene. I missed it. When he's really sleepy, he kind of like smacks his lip. Like that, yeah. That's Moosey doing his num-nums. You're right, I do have the scroll actually. It came back. I guess that'll work. This needs a twin-size bed. Baby boy.
Another vision.
Thanks for the stream. That's what I get for trying to click through things instead of— No! I turned it in! No! Ah, yikes. Oh man, I think I now have to do this. Hang on. I've ruined everything. I forgot. I mean, the quest is causing me problems. I should probably just do it. Yeah. I'll just do it. Hopefully this puts the portal back in Brow. No. Oh, I forgot that Phil was still in my crew. Waiting to see if I need the Ny'alotha run or not. I'm just trying to get to the Chamber of the Heart. I mean, I could do the Ny'alotha anyways, just for what do you want? No, he just wants me to do Legion. I could do it anyway for a mount chance.
I serve the descendants of Hull.
Okay, I think we're getting somewhere.
Azeroth cries out in pain.
I really want to spend most of today farming because I've got 2 more farming streams and then we're going to be doing like questing and other new zone stuff. That'll be fun, but
You're back, champion, and you brought a torrent.
I'll be off screen. Bang's head on desk. He was talking in party chat. You know what? This is a mess. I've never had this problem before where I needed Azerite levels on my Heart of Azeroth. You would not have needed to do this much if you were just trying to unlock world quests or something, but this is kind of a unique issue that's specific to what I'm trying to do. Where I'm trying to access like catch up from a bunch of expansions ago. There we go. It gave me Azerite level 50. Perfect. Okay. Let's just turn this thing in. Essences. And it was made mildly more complicated by the presence of Jaina in Silithus.
I speak for Azeroth. Fight.
Yeah, that's fine. That's whatever. Okay. So now that I've done that, I can spec these, and I think the key is that I get Longstrider. I'm not sure if it matters what else I select. We need to get that one. Longstrider increases your movement speed by up to 28% of your highest secondary rating. So if any of these gave me secondaries, that would be fine. But the important thing is just having Longstrider. Okay. Tiger's Fury. So that's why we farm these specific pieces, is because they had that specific movement speed trait on them. And then chest piece, shoulders, helmet. I am working on a little bit of a speed set here. Which I've been told will work fine as long as I don't level. If my Barnacle starts getting dangerously close to level 71, I may need to nerf him or like lock his experience or something. Alright. I am going pretty fast. That is a pretty good boost here. We are running at 153. Thank you. Okay, we're not doing Nihilith though. We're gonna go farm. I'll clean up my bags and make sure everything's safe. We're running at 153% speed, and then in cat form that goes to 188. So we're not quite at mountain speed indoors, but we're close. And then with dash and stampeding roar, I'm gonna actually, because we're doing dungeons, I'm gonna respec that to tiger dash. Tiger dash and stampeding roar should make me pretty fast. The set on my 73, she zooms around at 202% without using abilities. Yeah, this isn't perfect, but it'll be not bad. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Let's go to, oh man, I used my Dalaran Hearthstone. Let's go to Stratholme. Actually, using my Dalaran Hearthstone makes this a little bit annoying. Charged File of Alacrity. Okay. Alright. I'll stock up. Because I normally just use the pet dungeon portal, but getting to Dalaran without the Hearthstone's a little bit annoying because the port doesn't take you right there. Alacrity. $86 gold per. For 30 minutes! I could spend all my gold just getting 200 of those. Let's get 20 of them. That's 1,700 gold that I do not get to keep. Well, hopefully we sell some things to pay for our files here. This is terrible. I'm going to have to post that Zenithid after all. Okay. Can I clean up my bags? They're kind of giving me a little bit of minor anxiety here. Mostly because I'm afraid of vendoring something that I need. Even though most of this stuff is not needed. Those are my actual gear pieces. We can put those in the bank. And then a lot of these things you can kind of get away with just vendoring. Yeah, give me the steel blimps. We got money to make here. Spooky Snacks, thank you very much for the 60-month resub. Oh, 60 months. Fancy. Okay. Yeah, all right. I don't know what this is, but I'm not keeping it. Stick those in my bank. Stick the tabard of the Scarlet Crusade in my bank. Because we'll need it one day.
Timing couldn't be better. Necator is fading fast.
Shall we talk business?
And then he didn't even need a Hearthstone on it because he can just use his toy. All right. Delightfully clean bags. Only Alacrity files, nothing else in them. Did something yesterday. Hi, Scarlet. What'd you do yesterday? About to betray my guardian life by rolling feral. Caught my Assembly of the Deep's renown up. Oh, very nice. You all finished? Are you free of the wax globs? I'm going to Dalaran. I think it's actually going to be faster for me to port to... Making this a little complicated, but to Asuna to fly to Dalaran, to port to Strathholm, to fly to Scholomance. Because otherwise I have to go up from Ironforge. I think the hop from Asuna to Legion Dalaran is going to be worth it in this case because my Hearthstone's on cooldown for 10 more minutes. Wax glob in my bag, they won't count for the weekly. That's a great question. I don't know. Oh yeah, I guess there was a pet battle port in, I always forget this. There's actually a pet battle port in Borealis. I don't need to go to Dalaran. I'm going to at this point, but I could have done it from the drag instead. I forget what it's called. There's like a little street. It's easy to forget about the Borealis and the Dazar'alor pet dungeon ports because they're really tucked away. They're not in an obvious spot. Dreamwalk and take the portal to Dalaran. It's right here. This is fine. It's okay. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it to Scholomance. I know we will. Okay. Just waiting for World Quest to reset. Oh yeah, I also don't have Dreamwalk. Strathel. It'd be funny if I took the wrong port. Are you nervous? But because we unlocked all that stuff in Nax yesterday, we should be getting Scourge Stones while we're doing this. Looking forward to that. Korthia denying me my Mog, and it's so aggravating. How rude of Korthia. It should apologize. Want to say it's every 3 days. I feel like there are different points at which they reset. Have you changed his ears to pointy? No. I have not. I have not changed his ears to pointy. I remember seeing like a Wowhead post about that. I think it's safe to say that I really don't want to. I don't think it would improve his vibes in the slightest. I think it would make them actively upsetting. Okay, memory is... Well, actually, do I need memory or do I want, do I want normal Scolo? Classic. Scholomance. I do still need... Oh, no, it's just his zone drop. Okay, so we're farming straight memory. Let me get a transmog on here. We're looking a little rough. Oh, my. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. What do I want to wear? I mean, I'm probably going to use transformation toys anyway, but what says speed? What set makes you think, man, that guy's going fast? You ever seen a Coltiran guy in a Blood Hunter set? Missing out? Is there anything like really old that we want to use? Because we could use like a classic Mog as long as we're farming classic raids. So there's the Molten Core set, the Blackwing Lair set, there's the AQ set. This'll do. Maybe we fix the cloak.
I have just the thing.
And we could give him butterfly wings, but we won't. I don't think I'm going to do it, but I want to try him on with the Night Fae wings. The branch ones. These things are organized in such weird orders. I mean, that's pretty nice, but I think it's just too busy. Too much. Okay. We're finally ready to start farming. I'm going to pop an alacrity file. Off and away. Grim History of Scholomance. Love that shovel as a two-handed weapon. It doesn't really matter anyway, because he's going to be running around as a cat, so we're not really going to see it. It's just kind of for fun. And now the trouble is going to be learning my way around in something approaching an efficient route. We're going to try and do, what, Gandling last as the last boss would make sense. Any trash that we want to kill is not a bad idea, given that it can drop zone drops. Am I after all the common boss drops? There's sure a lot of them. I think we're just going to start farming and see how feasible it feels to get them all. We'll kind of see where we're at after we've gotten everything from that are like specific boss drops. I think maybe is a good way to do it. Like get all this stuff and then kind of see how close we are. And if it feels like they've been happening. So Kurtonos is out there, but we need blood for him. Yeah, I don't know about that one. It's a good tip. I feel like I don't want any more stuff on my screen. I think we're going to learn our way around just the old-fashioned way by getting lost a bunch of times. Figure out which way I want to go first from this room. Let's try the stick left strat. See how we feel about that. No, that's no good. That's no good because we don't have the. We want to go to Jandis's room first. So forget stick left. Unfortunately, you get turned around. You kind of forget where you came from. Hug left. Did buy some contracts. When I get more gold, might buy 10 of each. Right for contracts. Common ones are a little rough. Okay. There are a lot of them. Do they just really like almost never drop? Moose is snoring. I can hear it. I don't think it's really showing up. You'll look from that one. He's so cute. I think you're a trendsetter. There's like 6 people outside of Scolo on my server. It's fun. I'm just glad I got around to it eventually. I remember when they added it and it sounded cool, but I was busy with something or another. I don't remember what. It doesn't really matter. And I told myself I would get back around to it, but sometimes that's like a lie. Sometimes that's just a comforting lie I tell myself. So it's nice to be actually getting back around to it. Okay. So maybe when I would come in here, down first, and then the viewing room. Maybe? Well, no, I started this already. I didn't have the key yet. I have the key now, but I haven't been, and I know I can go. Let's try this way. I came from this way, didn't I? Yes, I sure did. Okay, I came from this way. Let me try this stairway. Oodles years ago. Yeah, maybe hug right is the move. Yeah, because this will take me down to Jandis. Because I don't really need the greens in that chest, but it's going to drive me nuts if I'm continually not getting them. The good news is that we got our speed set before we came in here, so we can get as lost as we want, and we can still zip around to find our way. Didn't need those. But now that that's done, so I have the key from Radagor's room. Torch and the key. And then we can go back upstairs. And we go through this room now, because we can now open this chest. Get a couple extra greens that I can post on the auctionist to horrifically tank their value. Appreciate having the speed set when you're farming BT. Yeah. Yeah, I bet. Alright, let's do Marduk Invictus. I need the Ebon Hilt of Marduk. I did not get that. I'm getting Scourge Stones. I have at least 4 of those. That's something. So there's 2 doors here. And it's going to be important for me to remember. Let's try left first from the school room. Because I think this takes me down to Ras. No, it doesn't. Alright, let's try the other one then. I want to do that room last. Every boss drops a stone? Time to farm Corruptor Scourge Stones for Valiance. I have the Brazier of Invocation for summoning Cormac. I don't know any of those words. I appreciate thinking of me, the offer. I don't have the faintest, the foggiest idea what that means. Maelstrom leggings. Hey, we needed that one. Got something. So these bosses only give 1 piece of loot each, huh? They have not been... They do not crank loot like other old dungeons do. So now we can go through here. I don't know if I ever did. So we do all 6 of these. I'm not sure if we need to do all 6 of these rooms, but we do them anyway. Might help for zone drops. Questline was removed in Kata. Oh. I don't think I have it on my list. I don't think it's on my all the things list. I didn't see it. That's cool though. Okay, there's one that we needed. Bloodmail Hauberk off the list. So we're at 33.69% of Memory of Scholomance collected. And the hope is that now that we're actually getting in here and clearing these, we're going to get that number to shrink here. And we'll go right. This guy. I remember fighting this guy in like the Plague Lands. Ancient Bone Bow. Need new appearance collection anyway. Oh, it's the heirloom bow. I know. Oh yeah, because it was a charmed ancient bone bow. That's what the heirloom was called. It's all starting to make sense to me though. Got a new item ID for that. There's Lady Barov. Okay, so yeah, 11. How many Scourge Stones should I have? Is it 12? Is it a dozen per run? Because now Gandling is up. I guess 13 actually, because you would be able to potentially do Kurtanos. To avoid backtracking, I'm just going to end my run here. And then use that blood on the next run, I think. I think that should be just fine. I have upset somebody, though. Who is keeping me in combat. One trouble with not being a night elf is you can't shadow build. I wonder who's upset with me. I guess I could run out too, but it seems far. Feels far. Although, trying to figure out what I haven't killed and left up. Maybe also not ideal. Let's try running out. Although if I'm running out anyways, then I could do them on my way past, but I don't think we need to. Yeah, nothing will teach this to me like trying to do it backwards. Actually, it's not that far. It's actually not that far. It's only far when you're getting lost. So that's where we summon the boss. And then this was the entrance. And door should be right over here. I might just run back. And then we reset. And we go back in. See if we can get above a 33.69. We'll use the blood this time when we go by. We'll see if we're any faster at it this time. Because we don't need to do all the trash. We would like to do a lot of it. We don't have to completely clear it out. And if we end up running this 10 times in an hour, then we're going to need to get on another druid and do it anyway. This takes a second. We need 3 boss items from him. Stoneform Shoulders, Gargoyle Slashers, and the Clutch of Andros Belt. Kind of neat appearance. With another speed set. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. I could do. I could look it up. Or I could ask Flabby. It looks like you crafted some of this stuff, so I could ask him to craft me another set, and I could warbank it for another alt, but... Any luck? Yeah, we got the belt. Nice. Well, that's him done. Yeah, I'm starting to see how common boss drops, all 27 of them, could very quickly become a problem. So we're going to start in the ossuary. We'll go downstairs to do Rattlegore. And then we'll do Jandis. I don't know if it matters what order you do ossuary and Jandis in. Got a Fright Skull Shaft. New mace. Very nice. Oh, hi, kitty. And then Jandis is... down these stairs on the right. I think. Yeah, she is. Cool. So she has ghost loom leggings. And then, of course, the torch. But I guess we want to continue doing all of the bosses for the common boss drops. Makes sense. The other druid also insane. They're all insane. They weren't, but then they started farming dungeons repeatedly for transmog. Trying to get mog items on heroic. Wad. Hang on. This way. Dungeons share looks, each on a daily lockout on heroic. Oh. So you do like a tour every day? And just hope for the best, and then you get a lot very quickly, but then the last items really suck. You could be totally right. The common ones might be mini boss loot. I'm learning all of it in real time. I'm pretty pleased with how quickly we're chugging along with progress here. Well, I'll do this door first. Wrath Frost Whisper has quite a few specific pieces. There's 5 more individual drops just from this boss that I need. So this will be good. Well, there's one. Well, okay, no, actually it's just an item ID. That's a deep loot pool for that one. But if these runs are slower than 6 minutes per, then you're never going to run into your instance lock anyway. Okay. Although we might be able to get it to around 6 minutes. I don't know how long I've been in here, but I feel like we're speeding up dramatically now that we're kind of starting to find our way around here. What about that earthquake in the greater Vancouver area? And it was my first time experiencing one. I read about it. I didn't feel anything. I must be just tired or something. I don't know. I don't even know what I was doing. I was just like, oh, hey, everyone's saying there was an earthquake. I guess I'll take your word for it. I did not notice. I am in the old version of Scolo. Here's another ancient bone bow. Yeah, I wonder if those corpses that just continually spawn get you into trouble with combat, and that's why I'm running out. Expect Mr. Kier would have noticed. Maybe, maybe not. There's a lot of random sounds and stuff in the city. They've gotten pretty used to it. They're at a point where they can both kind of sort of sleep through like construction and drilling and hammering, even if it's like directly on the wall. Nothing. It takes a hang on. I don't think I did gambling today. I don't know what it would take for them to be concerned. Very slowed zombies from Jandis's room. That could be it too. Because I definitely have poured it out at the end of this. Just not recently. I think this is about as fast as I would want to go. Because if I'm going too much faster, I'm going to start missing corners. I need my drift from my hot rod. Is that gambling up now? Or did I miss a room? He yells, doesn't he? I thought we did all of it. Might have missed one. Oh, there he is. Maybe I needed to do all the trash. Hi, buddy. What do you got? Vigor Steel Van Braces. Did not need those. So let's see if we can just zoop out the door, basically. Not actually all that far once you get used to it. It just takes a little bit of getting used to it. How fast am I going right now? Oh, 195 with the alacrity file. That's giving me 744 speed. That's pretty good. The only trouble is that I'll have to actually run outside if I want to vendor some of this stuff and clean up my bags. I can do another set before that. Alright, did we get anything? Yeah, we're at 35.3, so that's something. Let's reset it. Port back in. I remember I was at 33.69. So there you go, something. It's just a little slow. It's just not going crazy fast or anything. We just gotta get lucky, you know. That's all you gotta do. I am using an add-on called Deja Character Stats to read my character's movement speed currently. I have a movement speed section here, and that's Deja Character Stats doing that. Otherwise, you can see your speed, like how much speed you're getting from your speed stat, but not your overall movement speed. That is pretty much the only reason I keep that add-on on, is for that. It also does other stuff, but I don't know. I just like to know how fast I'm going. Two pieces here. Gargoyle slashers or stoneform shoulders. Hey, thank you. That's very kind. Alright, let's go to Jandis's room first. So, down here. Yeah, this is probably where I'm getting stuck in combat. But it doesn't really matter. Oh, I needed that. That was actually, I think, the last specific piece I needed from Jandis. Yeah, I guess a lot of these mobs will just never catch me. I'm too fast, they can't make it. And then we'll go get the viewing room key from Rattlegore. So we go down in the ossuary, we just hop down. So the only zone drops listed are, I guess, just regular Malefic Bracers, and it's kind of... Oh, they also zone drop in this one. I don't think I'm gonna go crazy out of my way to clear trash anymore. I haven't been, but I think it'll be... I think we're fine without it. I think we mainly just want to do bosses. Alright, so that's done. Which means we go ahead and to the right. You need to kill some of them to unlock other bosses. That one that I just did should have given me a key. Yeah. I guess I don't know if you keep the key. Maybe you keep it between runs. But you're getting Scourge Stones from all of them, and then a lot of the loot in here can drop. Oh, they can drop from any of the mini bosses in the crypt. Bosses other than Lady Barov have an item or two exclusive to their own loot drop tools. Oh, okay. So the common boss drops are just from the end then. So I could start skipping. Well, I mean, the Scourge Stones are still nice. It's not like it takes very long to get some of this stuff. I'm just wondering if I should start skipping, like, if, for example, I get the Stone Form's Shoulders, then I could probably save some time by skipping Kurtnos. What are the Scourge Stones for? No idea. I just know I'm going to need some. Something to do with Nax Ramus? I don't know. I unlocked it. It's a later me problem, but I was promised that I would be glad to have them, so I decided to unlock it so I could be earning them while we're doing this. Is it in your key bag? Okay, so these mini bosses have the chance to drop all that common boss loot. That's what we're talking about. Not just anybody. These guys. So we definitely need to clear the end. I was a baby gnome during class. I'm pretty sure, interested in nothing but Neopets when Classic was a thing, so I'm not any better informed. I was busy playing cheat with my Kercheek. Playing Mirka Chase. Getting a little overly stressed out at Mirka Chase if we're being honest with ourselves. And then we go down. That's a ring. That's not going to help me. Morning. How are the Scholar drops? Good morning. Not abundant, but you'll be happy to hear that I have something of a speed set on now. So I'm going about 195. It's not amazing, but it's a lot better than what I was doing before. And yeah, got a couple pieces. We're up to 36.9%. We started the day at about 33. Oh, there we go. Cadaverous leggings. That might have been one of these things, maybe. Maybe not. I needed it anyway. And then there's a pattern, a classic tailoring pattern from Gandling, as well as a Bone Creeper Stylus wand. That's actually kind of a cool wand. I've settled on running out of the instance as opposed to teleporting because I am always stuck in combat because I haven't killed enough trash, or I've upset the trash without finishing it off. But we're moving fast enough now that I can generally, assuming I don't get too lost, get out the door in a pretty short amount of time. Robe of the Void, huh? Classic tailoring. It doesn't look like it's too valuable, but I should still probably hold on to it. That was the Caterpillar game? Yeah, Mirka Chase was you had an increasingly long tail, and you were running around an arena, and you could not hit obstacles, and you could not hit the edge, and you could not hit your own tail. That was the idea here. Let's clean up our bags a tiny bit. If we can remember how to exit this dungeon. Yeah, like Snake. Exactly. That was one of my go-to mini games on Neopets, which were one of the finest parts of the Neopets experience. Also, Moose is snoring, like actively snoring. Which sounds cuter to me than it does to you guys. I don't think my mic will pick it up, and you can't really see him snoring, but he sounds really cute. He is out. I think we can just get rid of all of these just fine. I'm just going to vendor all the greens. It looks like Can I Mog It is... Oh, hang on. That might be valuable. Let me look that one up. I see a blue and I see a value on it. I have a Belt of the Ordained. I do need it for an item ID, so we're probably just going to learn it, but let me check it out. Belt of the Ordained. I wonder why I'm not getting tooltip info on that one. There's 25 in North American realms. The cheapest one is available for 38,000 gold, with average price being somewhere in the 300k range, and the current one on Lightbringer being about 600,000 gold. Looks like that. Wow. Such a floof. Yeah, you know.
Many farewells.
You know. Maybe the first one's for me. Now we know it from that item ID.
Have many luxuries you like. May your feet find good rest.
I feel like can I get turned off again? That was a nice drop. Yeah. Let's get some more. I don't even know where it came from. We just found it. I mean, it came from Scholomance because I cleared up my bags before starting to farm this. Okay, we go again. We go again. Is there like an amount of Scourge Stones that I need to get all of the things with Scourge Stones? Actually, that's probably something that all the things can tell me pretty easily. Mog first money, second gold's always there. The funny thing is that I actually have... I didn't reset it, did I? Oh, because it won't let me do that. Yeah, I think I forgot to reset it. Oopsies. I actually had the appearance already. It was just for a new source ID, but... You know, as a source ID you get to keep. It's a huge number. Oh, Scourge Stones? Yeah, I bet you all the things can tell me. Reset. 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 Right, okay, because these guards are up now. Oh, there's RNG, so it can't tell me how many I need. Okay. Is there a ballpark? Because I feel like it does talk about them somewhere. It says I need 30. Maybe we need more than 30, but it says that I need 30. I already have 38, so that's not wildly helpful. Okay, see if we can get some stone form of shoulders, and if we can, then we can probably stop. Killing this guy. Oh, nice. Okay, I guess we're done with Kyrtnos, unless I want to do him for his Scourge Stone. I think we probably wouldn't worry about it. I'm done with Jandis as well for her loot. I could still do her for the lever, but also we could not worry about the lever, in which case I would go straight to Rattlegore. I don't know, you want to know how many you need? Oh, uh-huh. Should I be not skipping bosses? 30 is the turn-in, so the least amount you need for a look. Oh boy. Because now I could just go straight to the viewing room and skip Jandis entirely. It means running past the greens chest, but I don't think we're too worried about that. And then in here, I don't think I need anything from these guys. I definitely need stuff from Ras. Man, most of the loot that we're missing in here is from those last guys at the end. Oh, and then it's also counting Scourge Stones, right? So all of the... So the actual overall completion is not going to be very good until... Oh, hey, shield. Until we've done next, that's right. We had that conversation yesterday, but it's coming back to me now. So what I can focus on is I can focus on getting the rest of these items down here, which is not that many. A lot of stuff from Ras Frost Whisper, who we just killed. I still need 5 items. I keep getting item IDs for items I don't have from him yet. Lots of common boss drops from these guys. A shirt? Potentially a rare shirt from Dr. Krastenov, who I think is one of these guys. I guess I don't remember where he lives. I'll keep an eye out for him. Oh, he's right here. Okay, so he has a chance to drop me his Sawbones shirt. He did not do... Oh, he did, actually. Thank you. Wow. That's crazy. Is it cute? I can't tell. Alright, well, that's that done. Delightful. Again. That's my puppy. That's my buddy. He's sleeping. He sits on his tail sometimes. And it looks uncomfortable, but if you, like, take it out so that it's not underneath him, he looks at you all annoyed, like, why'd you do that? It was fine. Pretty basic red shirt. Okay. It's not like needed as a currency for anything or anything special. Oh yeah, I still need an item from Marduk. That's right. Kegs, thank you for the 22-month resub. Happy Saturday, Hazel and chat. Happy Saturday. Pattern for some red Mageweave shoulders. Not too crazy. I guess. Oh yeah, Rattledore can still give me a shield too. No luck there. Yeah, these seem rough. These seem very, very hard to get. If they only drop from... Oh, I got a ring. Mini bosses in the crypt before fighting Gandling. And bosses other than Lady Barov have an item or two that are exclusive to their drop tables. But they're just listed here as common boss drops. Are any of them really cool looking? I guess I'll see you out of combat. Stuck at 20 of 27 for days. Oh, man. This way. This way. And then take a right at the candles. Straight up the stairs. I did unlock Old Nax. We did that yesterday on stream. I finally got around to it after what feels like 15 years. Do the bosses drop non-tier loot? I have not run it yet. I'm not sure. Reset the incidents, head back in? Yeah. Okay. So... yeah, I might end up needing to treat those common boss drop items. Oh yeah, I wanted to see if they're cool looking though. That is kind of a sick robe. That's the necrophile robe, and there's also a mantle that goes with it. There's a buckler and a blade. We also have this deathbone, some deathbone stuff. Belt, gloves, armor, and then blood mail as well. So they're kind of cool. They're kind of cool. One thing that I'd like to figure out, and I suppose I can look this up, is what's the deal with this treasure chest? Hang on. It's telling me. Inside the viewing room, on the second bookshelf from the left wall, near Marduk. Okay. Let's go get the viewing room key. Try for a buckler from Rattledore. It's nice that all the things includes those tips right there. Saves me a wow head. Hope we get old SFK. Yeah, that'd be fun. I think this is a really cool project that they've done. I'd like for them to do more of them. I guess I don't know how much work it was to bring it back. So we go into the viewing room. Second bookshelf from the left wall. I hate it when left facing which way? Near Marduk. All you have to do is pick up the book and the toy is yours. Okay. Hang on. Ah. Haha. Perform an incomplete ritual. This is a toy. Detailed recollection of increasingly horrific events. Most pages. Oh, I'm glad they did that because this is like a cool animation. Probably looks better when you're not on a rug. That's all right. Well, that's one thing off the list. Maybe they'll do an old Zolomon at midnight. Any luck? No, didn't need that. Ritual reagent's gonna stain the carpet. Oh, somebody bought my Zininthin! Wow! Lucky day. We're going this way. Now that we're skipping Jandis and Kyrtanos, I think that we are gonna be starting to flirt with 6 minutes a run. We'll see. I'm gonna try to run this fast enough to get myself locked out of the instance. We'll see if it actually works. We're motoring for sure. I feel like my first run was like an hour. Oh, Bloodmill Gauntlets. That's one of the zone drops. I like how there's 27 of them, and I'm really excited for one of them. But it's one of the ones that I needed, you know? There's no guarantee that they would drop that. And the Bloodmill stuff was particularly cool, so I'm pretty pleased with that. There's some Cadaverous Walkers. I had those already, I believe. It looks like there's like 3 sets here. Not bad. Deathbone Chestplate. Had that already. Yeah, now I'm kind of excited to do this batch of bosses at the end because it's like, oh man, I need this stuff. That would be some of the most exciting stuff to get because I'm not even sure if I will like stick around to farm all of it once we have all these things. And then Gandling should be up. I wonder if I didn't kill enough trash. I feel like if you skip too much trash in these rooms, they don't like it. Or maybe it's just a time thing. No, I think I skipped too much trash. I'll clear them out a little more carefully next time. I think it's, yeah, it's these packs here. Oh, you got a wizard hat. It's cute. There's Gandling. Oh, he dropped a tombstone breastplate. Very good, very good. I think, yeah, he's, oh no, he's not. I was gonna say he's gone from my list, but no, I need a witchblade from him still. If I don't do Siren Isle, will I be hamstrung next patch? Not for long. It's kind of like an in-between patch thing, so having the ring upgraded will give you a little bit of a boost in the beginning, but you will replace it next season. You almost got me. Witchblade? The Witchblade. Okay. Reset, and we can go back in. That was pretty good, actually. Morning, Hazel. I hope you were not affected by the earthquake. Good morning. I was pretty lucky. I didn't even notice. I saw a funny meme posted to like a Victoria, BC thing where somebody had posted like a picture of a couple lawn chairs and one of them had fallen over and then the text just said, "We will rebuild." Because luckily here it was, people felt it, but not me. I must not have been paying enough attention. I just enjoyed it because I feel like all of the news has been increasingly horrifying. So seeing an actually fairly funny meme when scrolling kind of sticks with you a little bit. All right, what are we hoping for? A Rattle Cage Buckler from Rattlegore here. I feel like the 6 bosses at the end are like a total slot machine now. Like, I'm really hoping to get some of these things sorted out, especially the Necropile Robe. I think that's great. I like that one a lot. And that particular appearance is unique. It's very similar to an existing appearance, but I think it's sleeveless. Uh-oh. I got dazed. And then we're gonna do Marduk to try to get his Ebon Hilt. Kind of a neat weapon. Next raid, we fight an actual slot machine. Friends from Ontario messaging me, making sure I was okay. Excited for next week. Yeah. Oh, hey, we got the sword. Woo! So, 3 bosses left that have specific boss loot. Ras is honestly hogging it. There's a dozen pieces he drops. I still need 7 of them. He's really keeping all the loot to himself. Well, there's 1 piece. Now we only need 4 more pieces. Hang on, I had 7, not needed 7. Now I have 8. There we go. It was Death's Clutch. Which is kind of cool shoulder armor piece. And then we head forth to Gandling. Alright, now these guys, see if we can get anything. We're at 16 of 27. We're hoping for piece number 17 from one of these bosses. And I'm going to make sure that on the opposite side I kill both trash packs. Nope. Don't need those. For a second I thought that was Rattlegore, like I'd forgotten to kill him and he was catching up. Like, hey, wait. I'm important. Don't forget. Nothing. We drop down. A couple more chances. No. I wonder what other zone drop blues. I only see the Malefic bracers there. I guess it's because I'm not tracking source IDs. Maybe there's other zone drops that I'm missing. Hello, Legnaraz. How are you doing today? Happy Saturday. Hope your weekend's going well. Oh, Bloodmail belt. Oh, no, that was just for an item ID. I do need Bloodmail boots. And then maybe that finishes the Bloodmail set, one would hope. No Witchblade. I'm impressed with all the stuff you come up with in WoW. How do you do it? Teach me. I turn on stream and I listen. Well, sometimes. I occasionally listen to my chat. Is usually how we get to things. Either that or we pick a project and then we just wowhead all of the relevant pieces until we feel like we kind of know what we're doing. Didn't realize ATT had a setting to collect jewelry and trinkets. Yeah, at that point it seems a little unkind. Probably attempt to fix my sleep schedule. Feels weird waking up at nearly 9 p.m. Yeah, that's a tough one. Oh, stretch. Oh, puppy stretch. Oh, I'm so happy he's in here. I feel like for the first year I had Moose, he wouldn't really hang out on stream and I couldn't share him in real time most of the time, and now he's on this new kick of sleeping in here. And he's so cute. I love my doggy. Okay. We have left the instance. We're gonna reset. Head back in. What time is it? 10:41. Oh my goodness. I guess we spent some time at the top of the stream getting the speed set up, but oh, that's a big sigh. Your dog ever like look at you and then take a huge breath and then do a huge sigh, and then you just do it back to them to see what they think? I feel like I often mimic my dog's size, either sympathetically or in mockery, depending on how mean you think I am. Can't decide. Ossuary. He does it back again. That I have not gotten into, is the never-ending sigh trading. I just love how dogs do that. Moose has a really comical one. He does it when he's like sick of waiting for you. Like he'll, when we're eating dinner, Moose gets like a special treat to eat while we're eating dinner. It's just kind of like a leftover practice from when we were training him to leave us alone while we were eating. And now he does, but like it's still nice if he gets a little Moosey snack. So he gets his dinner treat. But like if you're taking too long to set up dinner and you're taking too long to like plate your food, or you're just taking too long to make dinner, he will like go and very pointedly sit in his spot where he gets his treat, because he gets his treat in like his special spot. He'll go sit in the spot, plonk his butt down, look at you and go, ugh. Like if you're taking too long. And you can kind of set your watch by it. He's got a really strong sense of time. Do that sometimes. My parents' Bernese mountain dog, she always looks so confused. Or like if you're taking too long to get ready for a walk, like sometimes I'll get him all suited up in his gear and then I'll like, oh, I forgot my shoes. Oh, I need to blow my nose. Oh, I need to grab more dog bags or whatever it is. And I go back like 5 times for different things. And he'll eventually just look at you and give a huge huff like, come on. He doesn't get all skittery when he's about to go for a walk like some dogs do. He's very calm waiting. He just gets exasperated with you. Plunderstorm ends next week. Gotta get your mogs. Missed you. Missed the news. Thank you. It's a kind thing to say. I'm not gone from YouTube forever, I don't think. This one. I got some shivery hand wraps. Those are BOP. Necropile boots. That is one of the common boss drops, but it's not one of the ones I need. We need the mantle and the robe, which are like the most important pieces of a transmog set. If I had to pick which 2 pieces of any set to get first, I would say shoulders and chest. Especially a cloth set. Kind of the most important part. Not currently planning to bring it back, but I guess I don't know. I haven't given up on it completely, but I don't have any active plans. Next set of videos is going to be another set of raid guides. Raid guides first. I'm doing some work on myself. Cat will do a bit of a huff if she's annoyed, but she gets very offended if you do it back. Aww. No Witchblade from Gandling. So we leave and we go again. Only 3 bosses that have specific loot for me now. I guess we could walk past Marduk if it came to it. Look at this, I've even memorized my way out. I feel like WoW hasn't explored the full potential of fantasy academies. I mean, they took a little stab at it in Dragonflight with the dungeon. But yeah, you're right. you could build a system around it if you wanted to. Algathar Academy. I was trying to think of the name of it. Algathar Academy. That's the one. Da-da-da. Reset. Back in. That dungeon was pretty good. The bird boss made me want to throw knives. I don't know in what direction, but not good ones. Healing that boss as a holy priest, and also as a prevoker, actually. It was pretty gnarly as a prevoker, because if you did you used like your little zoop to somebody to instant heal them, you would if you hit any of the obstacles, and it was very easy to accidentally hit the obstacles. It was so easy to just die. There's a magic school in Legion, too. Yeah. I vaguely remember that. Enjoyed that dungeon as a retina prop paladin. Oh, people would just die on trash before the tree boss every day. like clockwork. It was so funny and also a little frustrating, but it was it was traditional, you know. You haven't pugged Algathar Academy until you've had a tank go straight to tree boss, pull the whole room, and just get moitered. Just absolutely dissected by the trash. Ruby Life Pool is kind of a gem. Not sure if that's a popular opinion. It's a beautiful dungeon. I used to die to the big dragons on the upper lap. They would do their frontal, and I would be like, I'm definitely out of this frontal, and I was not out of the frontal. Mildly excited for Cinderbrew Meadery. Oh, yeah! Yeah, I feel like that'll be a good one. I guess it's hard for me to predict which ones will be good and which ones won't be good. I feel like we're collectively not looking forward to the Darkness one, Cleft. Dark Flame Cleft. But it's possible that it actually turns out to be better than we think it's going to be. Sometimes the dungeons that you think are going to suck as keys are actually better than you think because of just the way that difficulty scales. My card will definitely be good. Oh, I got my Necropile robe. I actually wanted that one. Ha ha ha. The whole vibe in Cinderbrew is great with the BE. Darkness one's bad and normal and heroic LFG. Maybe as like the general understanding of the— oh, I got another Necropile rope, that's so rude. Maybe as the general like literacy for that dungeon goes up, it might get easier. It's kind of just like a knowing what the gimmick is as opposed to the gimmick being hard to execute sort of situation. Maybe? I don't know. As I said that, I realized it may or may not be true. Scared of the Mechagon one. Seems to be the hardest dungeon specifically to me and my friends when it's available. I've done this one already. This way. Here is Gandling. One Witchblade, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Lovely. Alright. So, I don't need loot from him anymore, although I will still probably kill him because we may as well. Some people never learned the last boss of Ara. Was that the one where you would kill the globs to make the puddles and you had to stand in them to avoid getting sucked into the thing? Hit 1991 rating, hoping I only need the next key done. Nice. Because that boss is awful to do anyway. I can't speak for the quality of the design. We didn't do much Arakara. We really didn't. Didn't come up all that much. I'm gonna clean up my bags a little bit. Yeah, we'll see if season 2 is better. I haven't done keys in so long, I've like forgotten how. I'm gonna have a pretty serious learning curve to overcome.
I've seen things that would scare you shellless.
Gosh, this is gonna be such a busy year. It's gonna be such a busy year. Alright. I got that Robe of the Void pattern twice. Yeah, it's collected. I don't need to hold on to it. I guess I don't need to keep an extra one. It's very random which pieces I'm keeping, which pieces I'm not keeping. It's really up to nothing. And which pieces I'm selling for, you know, 25 gold. Yeah. Okay. Reset. Arakara's anti-Destralon. Go back and forth in Arakara City of Threads. Sometimes I like one more than the other. I feel like because they're both AQ, like on AK, I guess. I don't know. Because they're both bottom zone dungeons, and because they both have city in the name of them, I think, I get them mixed up. Like, if you could pitch me a boss from either one of them, and I would have like a 55% chance of telling you which dungeon it's from. You could further confuse me by adding in Dawnbreaker dungeons, I bet. Like, they just kind of run together. I don't know. I got one of the portals and not the other one. And because they're so close, I just use the one portal to get to both of them. What is my biggest fear about 11.1? My biggest fear. I guess that I don't get the raid guides done in time. Raid guides done in time. That's not very relevant to people, though. Actual content-wise, I don't think it. It's not. It's not that serious, right? I don't think there's anything that could happen that would like really ruin my day. You know, his video game. I'm just lucky to be playing it. Signed up for the wrong key because of that. Do you ever just like do the wrong key? Just like, oops. I guess this is my life now. Okay. Hopefully Frost Whisper decides to drop some of this stuff. Although, you know, we still need another batch of these guys. From all instances, which instance would you hate the most? It's kind of a negative question. Which instance do I hate? Here's a generic answer. Oculus, actually, because vehicle combat. It's not my favorite thing to do. And then I just have a lot of memories of getting lost in there because of the vertical element. Not being able to find my group, not understanding what my dragon does. And even when I understood the whole thing, the odds that everybody else in my pug also understood it and could execute the dungeon in a reasonable frame of time. Terrible. It's probably the worst one. Used to be stressed out about not enjoying WoW. Don't know what changed to make me not do that anymore. Maybe more self-esteem. I think life experience can do it too. If something happens in your life, or you just kind of get older, and you have more life experience, it sort of puts WoW into perspective of where it's not that serious. Mediocrity Squared, thank you for the 33-month resub. Doesn't mean it's not important. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me twisted. WoW is a huge part of my life. WoW is my whole job. There's that. But it's not, you know, especially like the individual things that happen and the individual balance changes and content patches and stuff, it'll work out. Everything will be all right. I've been playing this game for too long, and I've seen too many moments of community doom that turned out to be not that big of a deal to take any of them seriously anymore. And even if, you know, headquarters catches on fire, hopefully everybody gets out okay. All the servers burn. There are no records. Game is rip. You know, we'll find something else to do. The important things are the connections we made with the other people and the memories that we had, and they can never take those away from us. Where am I going? At least we have Warframe. You know, failing everything. Maybe we'll find some dirt and plant some flowers or something. I want to plant sunflowers. I don't know when, but I want to get some dirt and plant some sunflowers. Reset. I could take a break, but I don't want to. I'm good. I've got Scala to farm. I feel like we're getting somewhere with this. Oh, and we're actually kind of close to instances per hour. It's gonna, mind you, I did burn one by accident, but it's 11 minutes before they start coming back up. I mean, I could farm them on another character in the meantime, and I might do that. So we go straight through. See if Rattlegore wants to drop his Rattle Cage Buckler. Need him for the viewing room key anyway. I do miss the people I played with. it's a pretty nice problem to have your biggest problems be to do with your entertainment and not with things that directly contribute to like your food and water and shelter and safety. And I know sometimes we focus on our entertainment problems to distract us from the other problems. But if the worst thing that happens to you is a bad WoW patch, you're doing pretty good. You're doing all right. Uh-oh, I fell. I tripped. Nothing from her. I can do the bottom bosses first. Salvador, wow, thank you very much for the 26-month resub. Appreciate it. Happy Saturday. Has the potential to be my favorite WoW patch ever. Oh. Those are some big snores. Make sure you're breathing, buddy. Whenever he shoves his nose into his bed, I always get worried that he's gonna stop breathing. I think he's fine. See if we can avoid going over the edge this time. A lot of the things that I love about 11.1 are just like vibe things, just like little details, you know, about like the things that NPCs say or the things that quests do. There's a new, I don't know if it's new, but there's a thing in 11.1 where if you're doing the campaign and you pick up a letter, the text of that letter actually gets overlaid on your screen, like you, not like in the old-fashioned way, but like as sort of a talking head dialogue. And they're pretty funny and they're pretty short and easy to process, but like I was doing one on PTR and you pick up like an employment letter reply from a boss in Undermine, and it's like, your vacation request is denied. Also, you're fired for asking. And I thought, I mean, awful. But like, that's what makes it funny, is they're not afraid to be a little bit awful. And there's tons of stuff like that. Like the whole thing is built off of stuff like that. It's a different branch of humor than they've explored very thoroughly before, and a lot of it's really funny. I was not a voice actor. Luckily for the world, I don't think anybody wants my horrific and possibly problematic fake accent. Saves you the trip to the basement to get the key. I feel like it's probably faster to take the trip than to do it on a rogue, just because of how fast my druid runs. I think that I'd probably make up the save time in walk speed. Happy goblins will throw horde players a bone. War Within's not very enthralling for us. Plus, yeah, as an East Coaster, they're hilarious. Okay, so they kicked me out. I hit my 10 instances per hour limit. Next one opens up in about 6 minutes. I think you'd be a good voice actor if you played the right kind of character. Isn't that true for everybody? Couldn't everybody be a fantastic voice actor if the character was just them? I feel like there's going to be shade for Blizz Corporate. I think a lot of people are going to read that into it. I had that thought when I was playing through PTR, is that I'm sure people are going to see all of this stuff about like underpaid and underappreciated workers and try to read it as like, instead of just a commentary on general corporate culture, like a more specific cry for help. Which I wouldn't comment on, but if it was, it's pretty not subtle. Like, I think people are just going to read way too much into it. Which is fine, you know. No harm. No harm in that. Probably. I don't know. Do I want to sell any of these things? They're not going to let me in for another 6 minutes. Anybody want these? 48 gold here, 48 gold there. Also, my file of alacrity wore off, but I do have more of them. You'll hate me, but you'd make a great gnome or Volpera. I don't actually know what Volpera sound like now that you mention it. Give me 100 gold. What do I want to do here? I want to... Oh, wow, he's got 17k. What do I want to do? I want to take a break, actually. I will be right back. Okay, I think that we're gonna have to do this on at least one other character just to fill in, I don't know, like a 10-minute gap, maybe 15-minute gap. Let the instance lockout reset catch up a little bit. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on my Zandalari Troll Druid and then basically head back in and keep grinding. Puppy. That's okay. Kitty gets her lap back. So, Zandalari Troll Druid. Where'd she go? That's the one. Menacing AFK music. Oh my gosh. How tired are you, bud? Sometimes he looks at me with just this sense of everything's over. Like they're sleeping and then there's just existentially given up. His little feeties are so cute. They're not wildly little, but they're little adjacent. Yeah, so this character in cat form is only going at 145, which is fairly substantially slower than the 195. I guess 50% to be specific, 50% slower without that speed set. So that does make a pretty cozy difference. Yeah, cat form. Here, the toy ran off. Let's use it again. Should be off cooldown. Get another 10 minutes of this. Skelly form is back. It's just so fun. But we know where we're going, and we know what we're looking for. And we really only need to stay here until, like, maybe quarter after 11. I also can't remember if I've done a big dig this week, but I also don't know if I want to. This is fun! Oh, hey, we got the Rattle Cage Buckler. Nice! So the only boss loot that we're now looking for outside of the common boss drops is going to be Ras Frost Whisper. Everything else is actually collected. Wow, this feels so much slower. This looking comfy as heck. This feels so much slower. But at least we've stopped getting all turned around. That's something. Okay. Ta-da! Any luck? Nope. Spellbound Tome again. Twinnings lemon tea. Extra lemon juice added. Quickly becoming my favorite. Complete side note. I still have some peppermint tea in my desk. I should pour myself another cup of it just to hold on to, but I think I'm too into the grind. I think we're farming too fast. I can't remove my hands from the keyboard. We've got too many things to farm. We got progress to make here. See if we get lucky with any of these. Looking for piece of loot number 18. Oh, hi, bud. How you doing? You waking up? Are you sleepy? Oh, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. He's just like really good at existing, and existing makes me really happy. He's just like a permanent benefit to mood just by having him around. You just look over and you're like, oh, hey, it's Moosey. Hey, buddy. Never heard of Memory of Scholomance. Yeah, they added it back in. I guess in 2023. That's a little upsetting that it's like 2 years ago now. They're going to be coming up on 2 years ago. Yeah, I'm getting to this a little bit late, but some mogs that were unavailable for a while, I guess, have been brought back with this. And then you're also getting Scourge Stones you can use as part of the Nax. They brought a version of Nax as well. Oh, there we go. We got piece number 18 for common boss drops. Cadaverous Armor just dropped. The leather chest piece from that set. Does this mean you'll have to time walk run old dead mines next time walking? Did they bring back old dead mines into time walking? Ooh. I didn't know that. Okay. So this character, actually, I wonder where it's going to stick me. Because she's going to be a little bit slower. Let's pour it out and then reset it. They did for the classic style. Oh, yeah, I wonder if I need Mog then from that. You might go to Barons? For what? For why? This is probably about the same mana speed as running back out. Oh, yours was bugged. Gotcha. That would be kind of annoying. It's been working well for me so far. Knock on wood. Okay, we try again. See if we can get one of these 4 items from Ras, and maybe item 19. I mean, we could get lucky. I think we could get like 3 or 4 of them in one run, but that would be very lucky. That would be a big deal. Now we know our way around so much we don't even need to look at the map. I know exactly where I'm going. It only took like a day. Only took like 2 hours. Whoopsies. What do you think the candle budget is in here? They must go through a lot of wax. I never thought a druid would be too slow for me. Best candles. I've been watching YouTube videos on my TV. And because it's done through like a smart TV platform, YouTube ads actually show and they don't get ad blocked. If I keep doing it, I'm probably going to sign up for YouTube Premium again just to stop the ads for a while. But until then, before all these dog videos I'm putting on my TV, I've been seeing like a lot of YouTube ads, and a lot of them are for like scent products, like laundry scent products, or just like, I don't know, like plug-in scent things, and they're all talking about how your home stinks and what you really need is to put more smell in to cover up the first smell. And I feel like at that point you should just clean it. You should just find out what's making it smelly and then maybe do a little cleaning. What else do your speed set have besides Azurite stuff? Some Shadowlands crafted gear. Some enchants, I think 1 or 2 greens with speed on them. You know what's insanely fun? Rare Finder add-on with Hunter Pet hunting. Oh yeah. Stuff is so bad for pets too. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I'm not going to shame anybody if that's what really floats their boat. And I remember when I was like a teenager, the idea of having like a scented room spray was like the pinnacle of having your own room. It was like, oh man, my room's gonna smell different because of the Febreze stuff. That was a highly desired product when I was like 15. Man, I keep getting that same robe. But there was a laundry detergent ad for like a scented fabric softener. And the whole premise of the ad is that other people smell too strongly of artificial smells. So you should comfort yourself with your own artificial smell that is somehow preferable to theirs because it is artificially making it smell vaguely like nature as opposed to other things. Like, it was kind of a bananas premise. I remember that Queer Eye episode. I think it was a newer one, the librarian with all the different candles. And they were like all different smells. And I thought, I mean, good for him to know he likes candles, but like, I appreciated that they took him to find his scent profile so he could stop having like 25 of them. Usually you just simmer some cinnamon sticks in a pot. I could see doing that for like house staging if you were trying to sell your house or something like that. Doing it for every day, I feel like, would put you in a higher echelon of living your life than me. You know, the kind of person that gets into their kitchen and goes, ah, yes, it is time to simmer my cinnamon sticks. I'm not saying they're wrong for that. That's a person leading with a very different set of priorities. All right. And then we are getting out. And then I think we can start doing Barnacles again. His recess should be starting to come up. Baking apple cinnamon muffins. Funny how everything smells like cinnamon apples right now. Yeah, my favorite scent for around the house is fresh bread when I'm baking bread. I wouldn't say I bake bread just for the smell. You know, the bread is also an important part of that equation. But it is pretty nice.
Good fortune to our friends.
That handsome dog. He's in his moosey donut form. Cleaning smell of choice is lemon. I like in the spring when you do like a deep clean and then you open a bunch of windows and you get a bunch of air ventilation and you get kind of that like fresh air outside smell, but like from actual outside fresh air. I say that like I do it all the time. I do that maybe once a year if I'm feeling really up to it. I guess the actual smell would vary depending on where you lived. That's kind of a not big city privilege. What am I going? I'm going back on Barnacles. Open all my windows in the winter sometimes for that clean smell. Once a year maybe is what makes it so special, right? It sounds like my upstairs neighbors have a collection of, oh no, not that way, of marbles that are just getting away from them or something. I think they're cleaning, but it's really funny. Oh, I'm gonna open my windows today based on that idea. Mileage may vary depending on where you live. If you live next to like a pulp mill, then you may want to avoid this advice. More available in about 6 minutes. Okay. -28 with wind chill last Saturday. Not sure anyone in Atlantic Canada's been opening windows lately. That's like my worst conundrum is when it gets cold outside. Thankfully not that cold. That's nuts. When it gets cold outside, but like I want some fresh air, especially like at night to sleep, because I wake up really congested if I don't crack a window. But then just like knowing that all the heat that you paid for during the day is just bleeding out the window. I hate that. My partner's from a warmer climate than I am, and had to get used to the concept of keeping things sealed up to keep the heat in the winter. But I also needed to flex a little bit in the direction of fresh air because sometimes you just really need some. Sometimes your inside air has been around a few too many times. -40 on the Canadian prairies 3 days ago. Tomorrow's supposed to be +4. That is a massive swing. Rather be comfortable with some fresh, cool air from time to time. Yeah, I do turn off all my heat. Oh, hey, we got another piece. Oh no, it's just night ID. Darn, I still need 4 pieces here. Like, I'll turn off the heat at night so I'm not running it while the windows are open at least. Otherwise, you're just cranking it. And then I try to mainly just get the bedroom really cool and then keep that door kind of sort of closed. But with a cat, you're not going to keep the doors 100% closed. I go back and forth. Heating in the winter here is a bit wonky. I heat this room a little bit more. Even now my hands are still freezing, but I heat this room a little warmer because this is the room where I will usually just sit and not move at my desk. And if it's really cold in here, if it gets to like 17 degrees, 16 degrees, I will die. I will just get cold in my core and die. So I'll keep this door mostly shut, heat this one kind of warm. The main room I'm usually moving around in more, so that one can afford to stay like a little cold. And then bedroom I want to be really cold so I can sleep. But yeah, I adjust the heat a ton. I don't trust the automatic thermostat at all. I micromanage it. I just have thermometers up. Sleep or be put into cryostasis. I have 3 copies of that robe now. I've seen at least 3 of them drop. Yeah. Yeah, layers are good. Although sometimes, no matter how many layers you put on, if the space is cold, your hands and feet are never going to be okay. I have right now a long-sleeved thermal wool, like hiking grade underlayer underneath this big fluffy pullover sweater. And my feet are in an electric warmer. And this is the warm room. And I'm still kind of cold. I just don't generate enough heat while I'm streaming because for the better part of 3 hours, I'm just sat here. Even though I do get up in the middle of stream, I'm not getting my heart rate up enough to properly heat my body, and it just kind of passively loses heat. But yeah, thankfully it's warming up indoors and outdoors. It's been windy, but it's been much warmer recently. Potato mode at computer desk. You just got to get all the burrito stuff around you. Just wrap yourself into a blanket like a big egg. Add-ons for chess event. I don't think I use an add-on for it. I think I just kind of go for it. Okay. We didn't get much there. Still at 18 and 8. We're at 42.3%. We're not necessarily going to get... I guess I should, when I go through there, I should probably swipe these 2 down because it's 2 scourge stones and they're just sitting there. One of my coworkers brings a foot warmer blanket thing to the office. Yeah, I have an electric foot warmer that I'm using right now for stream. It's brilliant. I call it my toe oven. It doesn't completely solve my problems, but it solves half of them. My hands might get cold, but my feet are fine. I got electric hand warmers, but I can't use them while I'm using a keyboard and mouse, so any hand warming solutions, I feel like, unless I was willing to heat my keyboard and mouse and get like a dome that goes over them. Hear me out. Heated keyboards. Yeah. It sounds nice. It sounds pretty nice. I don't know if that's a real thing. I know a lot of electronics, as a general rule, don't prefer heat. Go to his desk next time, ask him how his toe oven's working. But yeah, I don't know what the effect would be like on a keyboard or a mouse for that matter. Yeah, I guess I could try wearing like fingerless gloves. I don't feel like they would help me much, but they might help me a little bit. The problem is not so much keeping heat into my hands, it's that they don't generate any heat in the first place. So when I insulate them, it's like I sometimes will put on the warmest socks. And it doesn't matter because my feet are cold from the inside. If anything, I'm just keeping... It's like insulating a cold pack of drinks in a thermos. I'm just keeping the cold in. I'm using all the things to track appearances. Also, I'm running down the stairs the long way. This run's kind of doomed. Heated fingerless gloves. Now we're talking. That might actually be worth Googling. I know winter's going to come to an end, but there will always be another winter. Oh, what did I get? Oh, it's a BOP. thought I got a blue. Yeah, exactly. We need to get the heat from the PC and redirect it over the keyboard. I'm sure somebody somewhere has had their PC fans exhaust through a hose that then comes out on your desk, because that I feel like would work. It would be kind of weird. So I did rattle go. We need to go to the viewing room. Okay. Getting a little lost. I'm too busy thinking about exhaust hoses. Oh, jeez. I also do use, I've got liquid cooling in here. But there are fans too. You know, it's both. Why not both? Yeah, we don't use gas heating. Our heating is electric here. I mean, in an apartment, our heating is sometimes just mooch off the neighbors. Not because we're able to, like, steal their heat, but just because you're adjacent to them. There's a limit to how cold your place will get if you don't heat it. Although if everybody does that, then the whole building gets very cold. You can tell how cheap the people in your section are. That was Ross Frost Whisper. He did not drop me anything. We're hoping for number 19 from this list here. My next place might end up with, depending on where I buy it, it might end up with wood-burning heating. Most places that have wood-burning stoves for heating will also have, like, electric baseboard heaters, so you don't have to heat it with wood, but it is an option. Used to appreciate my old apartment. I was on the upper floor. Downstairs neighbor would keep her heat on pretty high. Yeah, that's... You gotta kind of pick your poison with that, or get lucky with your poison with that, too, because... If you end up spending more for heat, and if you need more heat, then you want to be high up. But if you need cooling, for example, if nobody has AC and you get heat waves, then that's a good time to be lower down. Had heated floors in Alaska. He's about to enter her lumberjack era. It would be exercise. Not that I'm like dying for it, but... The thing about having a wood-burning stove is you really want to keep your chimney and all associated parts in very good condition. And if you're not qualified to make a judgment on what condition they're in, you want to get someone to look at it, because it is upsettingly easy to set your house on fire. Even with the fire in, like, chimney fires are pretty easy to start if things aren't working right. And you know, you didn't spend all that money buying a house just so you could go poof. We had a chimney fire in my house growing up, and it was one of my scariest memories, is us evacuating and the fire trucks showing up and, like, waiting outside not knowing if there was going to be a house anymore. That was scary, and I feel like it's made me a little afraid of wood-burning heat forever. But I think if I had professionals look at it and clean it every now and then, I would maybe think about using it. Let's just, we did the last boss, so we're gonna get out of here and reset it. Yeah, if we missed any loot, it'll get mailed to us. If it was boss loot, anyway. Do you hear about the heat from the new NVIDIA card? No. Bird's nests in her chimney that blocked it. Yeah, dryer fires. Wrist warmers, huh? I wonder if that would help me. We reset. And we go back in. The 5090 is basically literally melting PCs. Yeah. That's not a good problem to have. Oh, jeez. I remember when the Samsung phone started. It was a long time ago, but that reminds me of the era of exploding Samsung phone batteries. And how that made me glad that I didn't upgrade that round. Sometimes the thing that you have that is working is better than the brand new thing. You would hope that they would make sure they don't light anything on fire or explode before they sell them, but you know, not every day is a good day. In danger, turn on your Samsung phone and throw it like a grenade. It was a long time ago, but I don't think they're ever going to completely live down the press from that. Like, I'll always remember that it was Samsung phones that did that. I don't think I'm ever going to fully forgive them. First line of ROG handhelds melted the SD cards if you put them in. Yeah. I'm going to just keep using this PC until it becomes a problem, and it hasn't happened yet. I don't think it will for some time. Now, 2.2 points away from KSM. No. Oh, I think I did that. Oh no, it was with my 2500. I was at 24.99. It was a bit unbelievable. Our car is still a 5, so I could just do a 6. Only have 2 7s. Remember, iPhone's bending from keeping them in the pocket. Vaguely? And there was like one iteration of them that scratched really easy, but at least both of those problems don't actively put your life and limb in danger. I mean, I guess if they bend enough to catch on fire, then you've got a problem, but... Oh, yeah. Did that with my last PC, developed some sort of short, wouldn't turn on. Oh. But yeah, this PC's not that old. 2021. It's fine. It's got years in it still. Knock on wood. Let's not jinx it. Let's not jinx it. But it's doing great and we appreciate it. I do have a backup PC. I have the one that I used to use before this that is still in perfectly fine condition. So if this one did die, I at least have a PC I could run for streams and stuff. It would be a bit annoying to get it set up, but I could still stream while I got my other one fixed. How you looting so fast? I believe it is Leatrix plus faster loot option. There's different add-ons that do it, but I have system Leatrix plus faster auto loot. That's the one. I don't think we got lucky at all there. I mean, I got a Bloodmail Hauberk, but I didn't need it. Next gaming PC will be small. Don't want it taking up so much desk space. You guys keep it on your desk? I've known people to do that, and I've seen it look kind of cool, but like, I don't know. That's a lot of real estate for something that you could kind of keep on the floor. I guess it depends on how your room is laid up. Maybe there's no floor room, but... Metric of should I upgrade should always be can it still play the games I like, but people feel compelled to upgrade every year. I'm assuming somebody who feels that way gets some kind of primary entertainment from having the latest thing and that is valuable in and of itself for them. Otherwise, yeah, you're just kind of donating your money for no reason. Having on your desk helps with reducing dust collection. Last time I kept my PC on a desk, it was called a desktop. Yeah, mine does look reasonably nice from the side, probably because I didn't build this one. But that's okay. I figure if I'm in here and I'm looking at something, it's probably going to be the monitor. Or, you know, the dog. Didn't spend over $3 grand building the thing to hide it under the desk. Is it okay to judge people a little bit that place value on having the latest thing? Is it okay to judge people? I think that's got to be a self-assessment. I don't think I can tell you that. That is a comical amount of RAM. That's excellent. They have the money to do it, more power to them. You can make an argument that they're not spending their money in the best way, but as soon as you start trying to decide how other people should spend their money, you can judge all day long, right? Like there's different degrees of mismanagement, and then there's different priorities for what it should be managed for. The best way to keep sanity is to usually just let discretionary spending be discretionary, as long as you're not actively purchasing like hits on people. That's probably something to be avoided. I would judge people for that. If all of their disposable income goes to assassinations, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm not in favor. But you know, whatever you're gonna do, it's fine. All of us fall apart when inspected closely enough on an ethical level. Good to know where you draw the line, right? Cadaverous leggings. No, I had those already. Yeah, this is kind of an awful pool. I'm seeing how you got stuck at 20. I feel like all day I've gotten from 16 to 18 new pieces, and the deeper in you get, the worse it's gonna be. Here's a fun question that you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but for anybody to the room. What is the worst money you've ever spent? What is the thing that you spent money on that in hindsight was just like not it? Where's that one? Try and keep it a little bit light. I know there's some dark answers there. Purtosaur, TwitchCon, legit. Cigarettes, yeah. My wow sub. What's mine? I can't just get you guys to all expose yourselves and then not share mine. What's the worst? I mean, and I'm not gonna go in terms of like quantity, because that's just a depressing tree to bark up of. Semi-tough question. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that have made nothing but like good decisions, and all of your decisions you make without the benefit of hindsight. So even spending bad money is not necessarily unredeemable, because you presumably learned a lesson from it and you wouldn't spend money on that thing or whatever it is again. What's mine? There's probably some microtransactions for games I don't play anymore. That seems a bit silly in hindsight. Was once scammed. Loaning money to family. Yeah, in-game shop purchases from previous games. Cash shop microtransactions in video games like immediately lose all value once the game loses its hooks in your brain. So if it's a game that you don't even play anymore, it's kind of like, well, what was that for? The WoW ones I feel like don't bother me that much because I still play WoW. Failed attempt at university. Yeah, I could say that one as well, but I feel like I got life experience out of it. I feel like that was kind of a money for lessons learned situation. New car I didn't need. D4 bundle ranks high. I was pretty certain I wouldn't like the game. Is there any like physical stuff I've collected that was, I mean, I've definitely bought some extraneous stuff that I've then like let go of when I've moved for the last couple of moves, and it probably wouldn't do to think about that. I think often actually when I buy clothes and I try to buy cheap clothes, is usually when this happens to me. I'll buy something and then I'll end up just not liking it even a little bit, but it was so cheap it's not even worth returning it. And then it just ends up like being donated to somebody who probably won't like it any more than I do because the fabric sucks and it was an entire waste of time. I try not to do that because I know it's a trap. It's not like it's not like any of the things that I actually regularly like wearing were brand new and dirt cheap. Yeah, probably some amount of online clothes shopping, but you could also say that's a lessons learned situation because I feel like the more times I've done that, the more I've kind of gotten a feel for how to shop for clothes online that I'm actually going to like wearing. Oh, you know what? Actually, my WoW TCG cards. I don't know how much I spent on it and I don't want to know, but I definitely bought packs of WoW TCG cards. I had a whole collection. I had starter decks for my friends. I tried to get people into it. And nobody, like, it never even caught on. Like, I never even really played much. And I also didn't really get, like, collectible items from the TCG cards. Like, I ended up, all my TCG items I either got off the auction house or I got, like, just, like, buying the cards, like, on eBay and stuff like that. So that was a entire waste of money. I think I was just trying to fit in or something, which was funny because nobody was playing the WoW TCG, so I had a very misguided way. I bought sleeves for them and everything. I had, like, the special binders from the comic book store. It was not necessary. But, you know, I was 20 years old. You do stuff. I don't even have the cards anymore. I don't want them, mind you. I'm kind of glad that I'm no longer storing them, but it's not like I'm sitting around admiring them or posting them on a wall or anything. They're gone. They're big gone. If I wasn't able to get a refund for it, probably spending money on a Bowflex, going to the gym, lifting free weights, better overall. It's really easy for companies to charge a lot of money for exercise equipment and sell it to people because when you're in that frame of mind of wanting to get fit or to do a physical thing like that, you see a lot of value in the machine because in your mind you're paying to have the opportunity to improve your health. And it's hard to put a price on your health, right? Like that's something that there's a lot of value in. So when you get in that frame of mind, it's very easy for whatever company to send you or to sell you something for thousands and thousands of dollars that maybe you don't need because you could do any number of, like free weights at the gym. There's body weight exercises. There's all kinds of different ways to get a similar workout that is free. But because it's free, a lot of people kind of know themselves enough to know that they're not going to do it because they didn't invest in it. Sometimes it's easier to actually exercise when you paid the money. Although, I will say a lot of workout equipment ends up, not all of it, I'm sure some people actually use theirs, but an awful lot of it ends up as a laundry hanger. Yeah, maybe people think it's going to make the actual work easier. I bought some dumbbells, some like light free weights, because I was going to start lifting weights at home. And I did that for maybe a week. They weren't super expensive and they're not super big and I do still have them. So maybe one day I'll start using them again. But I did that for maybe a week. And then eventually when I got into yoga, I was like, I'm good. My muscles are sore enough. We're all set. Peloton has become a shelf. One of my best spendy purchases, proper North Face coat for my husband. Haven't heard him say he's cold in ages. Aw. It's your best purchase. High quality outerwear is up there. A really good coat I feel like is very, very good, especially if you live in a cold place. I don't think I've ever regretted money I've spent on a good coat. Especially now that I know what to look for in terms of what I like and what fits me. For me, a good coat has to either have pulls to cinch at the bottom or be really long. I now know that if it's like kind of fashionable and it's cut in a way where it doesn't cinch to my body at the bottom, it's going to let all my heat out and it's a waste of time. I'm going to look great and I'm going to be miserable. And we don't want that. Best purchase. There are a couple things that come to mind that I won't worry about. I'm hoping that if you ask me this in a year, I'll say my house. I want to buy a house. And then I want to live in my house. And then when people come over, I'll say, welcome to my house. But, you know, we'll see. That's going to depend on a few things. Best money ever spent. Getting a dog, feeding a dog. Getting a cat, feeding a cat. Any and all bills, expenses associated. There are quite a few of them. It's all expensive and it's all worth it. Look at him. Look at the boo-boo bear. Look at the boo-boo bear. They could be twice as expensive. And I would make it work somehow. Because they're very important to me. Those little money pits are great. I totally understand how somebody who wasn't like a cat and dog person would look at the amount of money that I spend on my cat and dog and be like, that's bananas. Especially when you take into account like the extra chores and work and cleaning and, you know, like worrying about them that is involved. And they just would not see the benefit in the cost benefit analysis. But I am so head over heels obsessed with both of them that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm somebody who's just always going to have pets. I love them so much. They add so much to my life. And I don't think that's everybody. I think there's lots of people for whom it's not the right choice, and that the other things that you would get instead of pets in terms of freedom and flexibility like would make more sense for them. But not for me. I would give up a lot to be able to have a dog and a cat. Ours both have dietary issues, and I've never cared about that cost. Still cheaper than children. I'm gonna remember that. That would be a good one for me to have cross-stitched, and then hung up over their treat area, the treat and food and litter area where I store all that stuff. Just have a little cross-stitch that says "still cheaper than children." Not that this is the only way to do it. Plenty of people have pets and children. Thankful my dogs have been relatively inexpensive. Getting older, yeah. It's nice to have savings set aside because things can get very expensive very quickly. But yeah, he's never going to need to go to university, so there's that. He's never going to crash a car. Actually, I can't guarantee that. He's hopefully not going to crash a car. Oh. It can be hard to swallow watching people spend so much money on animals, not on me. Someone went into foster care. Yeah. I think Moose would do well in college. I do spoil him rotten like he's a human child. I'm not even ashamed. I'm not even ashamed of myself. We absolutely treat this dog like he is our baby. Yeah. Have a wedding. Oh, that's true. Moose is not going to have a wedding. Some people's pets do. Those people are different from me in how they make their choices. Took me a little bit of working up some courage to have another wedding for me. Moosey is going to be a bachelor. Moosey is not getting married. Oh. Besties. Will he be in the wedding? Oh, I got another thing. I wish, but the wedding that we ended up going with, he is not able to come. But I'm gonna make some special extra time to spend with him because it's right around his birthday. Doesn't he deserve to get married if he wants to? We're off the deep end here. We're in bad territory. Moose has some very close friends that he loves very much. I've always found it a little bit strange when people project the human relationship vibes onto their pets and their pets' friendships. Like when someone says, oh, that dog is my dog's girlfriend or boyfriend, or you have a crush, or that's so cute. I don't have like a huge problem with it or anything, but I don't know that I would say it myself just because it feels a little weird. which is really rich of me to say considering how weird I am about my dog. but yeah, I don't. He has lots of friends. He plays great with them. He's been neutered since he was like 3.5 months old. Like he's not about to be a father. I don't think he's he's not falling in love. Okay. Although in an alternate universe where he did have puppies, I'm sure they would be very cute. They would probably look nothing like him if he did in an alternate universe where he wasn't fixed and for some reason was having puppies, which not happening with me or any of my pets. I feel like his puppies would have come out completely random because there's so much stuff in his DNA. There's so many different breeds in his DNA. It would be a real dice roll as to what's gonna happen. Can you imagine Moose's energy levels if he wasn't fixed? Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, baby boy. Oh, I came down here. I didn't mean to. I guess I'll kill it for the Scourgestone. Whoopsies. I think we're getting a little lax here. I'm getting a little bit less tight with this run over time. When you get him a card or something, give him an actual job. His highest percentage was German Shepherd, and that was, I think, 23% or 24%. And that was the biggest chunk of any one breed when we DNA tested him. Dogs him up from litter 12, looks nothing like any of his siblings. Puppies would be a dice roll. Yeah, Kira's not having puppies. I'm not having puppies. I love puppies, but I mainly love puppies when other people have puppies. We got Moose as a puppy, and he was adorable, and he was a good boy, and we lived. We made it. We survived. And I love dogs, and I love puppies, but I will fully admit that raising puppy was my least favorite part of everything. It was the hardest part of everything. And he was like really good about a lot of things. Like a lot of things that normal puppies have a hard time with adjusting to were not a problem for Moose. He slept through the night right away. He was able to stay home on his own right away for a little bit of time and then increasingly more time without problems and without separation anxiety. And he had an accident inside like maybe 3 times. Like he was house trained very quickly. And even with all of that, I still I'm gonna have to really talk myself into it the next time we want to get a puppy, because puppies are hard. He's just so stubborn. It was mainly about wills. That was the main thing, is he's a very smart boy and he's moderately food motivated. But Teenage Moose was an absolute apocalypse in terms of I don't want to do that and I won't. Read the results wrong. He's 100% a good boy. Second puppy's never as easy as the first. Yeah, I think I'm good with the one dog. It's possible that the next time I get cats, I might get a pair of cats instead of just one cat, like get a bonded pair after Kira's gone, like one day. I don't know, depending where I'm living. A lot of condos and some townhouses will have a limit on how many total pets you can have, including indoor cats. We'll see. Also, it's kind of a money thing. Is he having parties with his friends when you guys left the house? We used to joke when we left the house. We would like leave the house to go out for like an hour or two for dinner. And while we were at dinner, we were talking about how we were just going to see a cop car roll by with Moose in the back seat. Like, what did you do? Oh. He's very, very, very curious. I would say his 2 biggest personality traits, especially when he was a teenager, and even so now, stubborn and curious. And when they intersect, as in he wants to know more about something and he will not move on until he understands, caused an awful lot of conversations and stops because he would see somebody, you know, washing their kayak and he's like, what's a kayak? Can I go see the kayak? He would see somebody, anytime he saw anybody doing anything new, and there's a shocking amount of different things that people can be doing at any given moment in the city, he would hard plant and be like, what is that? What are they doing? Hello, I'm Moose. Explain this to me now. And he would just stare until he was satisfied, which takes a little bit less time now. I feel like maybe he's got more things to relate stuff to. But yeah, he will see something new and he will not leave until he has looked at it for long enough to figure it out or to just feel better. I don't know. Let's do one more clear of this. He is smart. He's so sleepy. I didn't really worry about it at first, but now that I'm facing the prospect of moving him away from his original neighborhood and away from, like, all of his puppy friends that he's made, is a little heartbreaking. I feel like he's going to get depressed. He's going to have to... I know he's going to make new friends. He's so friendly. He introduces himself to everybody and every dog that looks even remotely interested. But he really loves his friends. We have 182 skirt stones. He'll make new puppy friends. I'm really hoping I can get him some trails to walk on instead of city. We like city. Well, okay. He does fine in the city. I don't know if I like it, but he does fine, and that is where we meet all his friends. And now that we know all these dogs, we can go for a walk in basically any direction in the city, and you're probably going to run into 2 or 3 people that you know and dogs that you know to, like, visit with. So he really likes that social aspect of it. But I think Moosey would kill to have his everyday walk be on, like, a trail somewhere. Doesn't have to be a fancy trail, just a trail. If we can have trails that are walking distance from our place, I think that would be just unreal. Also, I did need to go down these stairs. Hopefully moving this year. I don't know for sure. I need to buy a house, basically, is what's happened. I've saved up a down payment, and now I just kind of have to do it. And it's really hard. Yes? You hear that? That was Kira. That was the loudest complaint I've ever heard. Meow? I'm just gonna take a look. One sec. She's fine. I just had to make sure she didn't get, like, stuck in a closet or something. She's just, I don't know what she's mad about, but she's fine. I know for a fact that her food and her water were both fixed this morning. Exciting, just do it. Yeah. The problem is that it's going to be a big stressful thing, and it's going to be a lot of learning because I don't know how to do any of it. And I tend to get overwhelmed by, like, red tape and bureaucracy, which I understand there's a lot of. And I'm also sort of in, like, a busy work season for the next couple of weeks with, like, grade guides and the patch coming out. And then also I'm getting married this spring. So there's that. And it all kind of combines to make me feel like maybe I shouldn't blow up my life right now. But then also I'm seeing houses come up that would be kind of great that I kind of want to take a look at. But then also I'm like, who do you think you are? This is not your moment. But, like, you know, I could afford to do it. It's just a question of having the time and the emotional bandwidth to do it. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll be scrolling. I check listings every day, so maybe I'll see a listing that is so good that I cannot ignore it. Did I do Rattlegore? I must have done it. Yeah, I did. And then I'm just going to have to blow up my life anyway. But otherwise, I'll probably just kind of, like, hold until I get through the patch release, get married, and then maybe have a look. It's not the only stuff going on, but, like, it would be nice to be a little bit caught up on some of that stuff. What if you just cram all the stress into a 2-month period and then are just normally stressed afterwards? Everything over $1 million in BC. Lots of things. Certainly in the city. I'm probably moving a ways away from the city to be able to afford anything, especially if I want to actually buy a house and not just a condo. Kind of worth doing a practice offer in a place you know you won't win the bid on to see what the process is. Oh. I've never heard that one before. Yeah, just load the stress into 2 months. And then you'll be bald, but, you know, you'll have a house. I guess I just don't want to end up making a really bad decision about the house because I'm so overwhelmed and stressed from everything else. I don't want to be feeling so much like I just want to get it over with so that I can get my life back, that I end up committing to something that's the wrong thing. Because whatever I buy, I'm most likely going to stay there for at least 5 years at a bare minimum. Hopefully longer, especially if it's a real house and not just a condo. But like, the idea is to get into something and then to kind of sit and build equity and let that investment cook for a while. And to be not paying rent. It is not to be continually moving, especially not in BC where you have land transfer tax. You miss 100% of the houses you don't mortgage. Used to live in Campbell River. It's beautiful up there. It's just kind of far from here. All my family lives in Victoria. It's a couple hours drive to get there. It's gorgeous though. I mean, it's gorgeous everywhere. Foundation and roof are good. We're gonna do our best. Luckily, the market has calmed down enough that we should be able to stipulate a home inspection. Because I know that for a while the market was so hot that people were forfeiting them because that was the only way to actually get a house, was because they were selling so fast that people that were giving up the right to get an inspection were the only ones getting anything. It's calmed down from there. So hopefully we have the room. I'm just going to try my very best to get a good realtor and then trust them is my plan. Such an insane thing to do. People were buying houses not only without inspections, but without having seen them. It was just a crazy time. Like, people were like literally like buying houses from across the country with like just like a little Skype tour, and that's it. I mean, I've rented an apartment without seeing it before. But I haven't, it would be hard for me to buy a house like that. But yeah, everybody was doing it for a while. It was just the conditions of the market. And depending on when you got in, you might have bought the house for like, I know you guys are saying always get your house inspected, but houses doubled in value. So if you were able to get it, and I don't know exactly the timing of it, I think they'd already gone up by then. But if you had gotten the house before the market exploded, you might pay, you know, like $200K for a house that is now $650K, or you might have paid like $400K for a house that's now like $820. And that's a lot of extra money to fix a foundation with, you know. Like, it's not everything can be boiled down to like a one piece argument. I think that's what stresses me out so much about real estate and homes and stuff, is that it's so complicated and there's so many factors. I paid $60K for my place, which is now $250K. That hurts. I know you've got a condo, but that still hurts. Oh, man. I'm going to do one more run. Let's do another run before we go. Reset. Yeah. Bought during a lull, sold when it was very hot. Oh, shush. I'm happy for you, but shush with your $200 mortgage payment. I don't want to hear it. Get out of here. Alright, see if I can do this one in the right order. 3,100 Canadian monthly. Where did you buy? Ish. Without doxing yourself, of course, obviously. 200 every 2 weeks. It was pretty great. Yeah, hopefully we're not mortgaging our player housing houses. Dublin, Ireland? Oh, converting for context. Gotcha, gotcha. And this way. 3 more pieces of loot from this. This boss, I knew he was going to be tough because he has so many different things in his loot pool, and he only drops one of them at a time. But he's slow. Whoa. Taking a while. Anything new? No. Oh, at some point I got up to 20 of 27, actually. That we must have gotten fairly lucky in these recent... I haven't even been looking at the loot from the last couple of runs in this place. But I must have gotten lucky because now I only need 7 more common boss drop pieces. I don't know if we're going to get all of them, but that would be nice. BC's pricey if you live in town, quite reasonable if you're willing to live in the sticks. Yeah, the trick is finding the part of the sticks that's not going to be at risk of wildfire flooding or wildfire smoke, and that also has access to stuff like hospitals, veterinarians, dentists, and reasonably priced groceries. Or wildlife movement. Do you always want a house, or did it sneak up on you? I'm 25, not there yet. Did I always want a house? I wanted one for a long time, but I don't think it was always. I think when I was your age, which just made me feel about 1,000 years old saying it. When I was your age, I don't think I was that worried about it yet. I think I was only starting to maybe think about it, and not really that in that close of detail. I was kind of in a holding pattern at that point. I think I was just renting and doing YouTube videos and not really thinking about it too much. I went to a yoga class last night, and I heard somebody else checking in, and I don't think they were registered yet, so they had to do a waiver. And the person checking them in asked them what year they were born in. I think they were trying to verify identity, and they said 2003. And I went, what? And then I was like, wait, that's only 9 years younger than you. And then I was like, oh man, people 9 years younger than me are adults. They've been adults for a little bit. They're taking my yoga class right next to me. Oh no, it's happening. 28's starting to really think about it more. 41, I still think the 90s are 10 years ago. Yeah, it would probably be different for different people. And maybe some people never get that worked up about it. Like the buying a house thing. Maybe some people get different amounts of like the nesting instinct. I have a kind of a primal fear of insecurity and instability, like financially. I have like a pretty deep set fear of being either homeless or not having enough food. So this fantasy of having a house that I've paid for, that I've built up value in, that I can hopefully continue to afford to pay the mortgage or the property taxes onto, that kind of insulates me a little bit from the shifting realities of the rental market, is really appealing to me because it offers a little bit of that security. Obviously, nothing is going to make you totally secure and safe, and that's a lesson I'm going to have to learn eventually. But I think that's part of why it's so appealing for me. It's also why I'm so cheap about food. I'm very afraid that one day I'm not going to be able to afford anymore, and then I'm going to be hungry. And that's not like where I'm at financially. I'm not starving, but I'm very concerned about it. Even though it's not an immediate risk for me. I work with kids. I could be their dad, old enough that they could be my teenage kids. Yeah, welcome to that side of the table. Wait until you realize your doctor or dentist is younger than you. Yeah, that's gonna be... I know that's gonna happen eventually, but... Oh. I've had some dental hygienists that were younger than me, and I have yet to have the pleasure of having a good one that was younger than me. I'm sure there are some great ones out there, but my take is that experience kind of counts for something. Have I come up with a coat of arms to hang over the House of Hazel? I have not yet, and you know what's weird is I was actually thinking about it. I know you're joking, but I was literally like, I want a coat of arms. I was walking down the street either yesterday or this morning or something, being like, that sounds like fun. Something that's just for me. Or, you know, for us and our family. Especially like in the context of getting a house. You already made one. It's on your merch. I don't know. Business logo, a little different from a house coat of arms, I feel like. I feel like there's some value to something that is just for tradition and like family history and just like a personal thing about you that doesn't have anything to do with monetization or how you earn a living. Does that come with a moat? Try to find out if you ever had ancestors that had one. Yeah. I don't know if I want to pursue my ancestry. I'm sure it's a mess up there. Who knows? This way. Did I turn on sources by accident? What happened here? Why do I need a thing from Curtinos again? Oh yeah, it's learned from another item. But it said unique collected. No, it's got a shared appearance. Maybe I turned on sources. Who knows what I've done? I suppose it doesn't really matter. Would Kira be on the coat of arms? I don't know. Surname has a cool coat of arms and a cool motto. Should rep it. Yeah, I don't think I have a whole lot of like family identity or history or culture necessarily. There's some things. It's not strong. Oh, I got an axe that I needed. I think we're down to 2 things we need left from Frost Whisper now. Yeah, definitely turned on sources at some point. Didn't mean to. Well, it says I didn't. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I'm glad I got that axe. I was looking for that. This still says 2027. Yeah, I wonder why it's just decided that I need this axe from Gandling or that dagger from Curtinos. I guess I could do Curtinos until I get the thing and then I wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. I've been skipping him. Is your family from Canada? Not very far back, but yes. Both my parents were born here. Their parents, some of them were and some of them weren't. And then their parents were definitely not born here. Canada's not that old of a country. But I don't have a lot of information about half of my family. And I'm not in a big hurry to find out anymore. I'd say the motto, but then I would talk my name. It's really cool. When I think of like a coat of arms or something, I think of less of history and more of just for my household, because it's not like I'm going to pass it down to anybody. I'm not really planning on leaving a legacy in that way. Man, necropile robes for days. Have it embroidered on a harness for moves. He wears a little plaid bow tie, and he's so handsome. He's so handsome in his bow tie. Sometimes it comes around the side of his collar, so that it's on like the side of his neck or like the back of his neck, and then he looks like a Christmas present. Oh, hey, buddy. Welcome back. But I think it's time for me to wrap up the stream. I think we're done. Why do you look so sad? Why are you so sleepy? Alright. I'll be back tomorrow. Probably more of this instance. Probably. Not quite finished with it yet. I want to thank you all very much for joining me today. I appreciate the company, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.